This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
Here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You'll recall that about a month ago, I asked all of you to take a moment to give thanks for all of the blessings that you enjoy in your lives. Now, today, a different kind of message. This is the season of giving. I know you want to be generous with your family, your friends, your loved ones. But today, I'd like you to go one step further. I'd like you to open up your hands and open up your heart to those who are still suffering because of COVID-19. People who are suffering through no fault of their own. We're trying to build a gentler, kinder society. And if we all pitch in just a little bit, we're going to get there.
This is It Was a Thing on TV.
Spoiler number one is Dr. Lee Franz. It stinks.
What is going on? What is going on?
Episode 124, submission number 15, The Ropers. The Ropers aired on ABC from March 13th, 1979 to May 22nd, 1980 for a total of 28 episodes over 2 seasons.
Well, this is the first show of 2021, and boy, we're starting the year off with a bang, literally, of our first new episode.
Oh, but yes. In the annals of sitcom spin-offs, there have been few TV shows to earn the amount of infamy that has been earned by The Ropers. I could think of Joey and the Cleveland Show maybe in a solid second and third. But those are entries for another day.
I'm curious why you say the Cleveland Show when it had a good 4-year run, or is it just a case of the wrong character got the spinoff?
You are correct, sir.
Yeah. Well, we do have the Die Hard episode of the Cleveland Show on the list, so.
Yeah.
And you can never go wrong with the Frap Attack episode of the Cleveland Show.
You can never go wrong with the Frap Attack. And also there were episodes where there were biting social commentary. Yeah. But again, we're getting off track here.
I got Frap in my stash. Oh, I'm sorry.
Or the episode where Cleveland and his friends went on a nature retreat sponsored by Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Woo!
Woo! But we'll get to that when we do Ric Flair commercials in the summer.
But right now, let's talk about, okay, follow me here. It's a spin-off of a TV show that's based on a British TV show that is itself based off of a British TV show that was a spin-off of the original British TV show.
Man, I think you might need to diagram that sentence for me.
Okay, so, as you know, Man of the House begat Three's Company. In the UK, Man of the House spun off its characters of George and Mildred into the TV series George and Mildred. Of course, George and Mildred Roper. Those crazy Brits are calling it.
Okay, now that makes sense.
Now it makes sense? Okay. So ABC, already riding off the high of the success of Three's Company after one seasons? One season?
It was about like a season and a half.
It was a season and a half, and they wanted to sort of expand upon it. So what better way to expand upon it than to adapt the spinoff into another spinoff?
Might as well cash in on the popularity.
Mm-hmm. So they spun off George and Mildred into the Ropers. With, of course, Norman Fell and Audra Lindley reprising their characters as Stanley and Helen Roper. Now, if you remember the story, Stanley and Helen had sold their apartment to Mr. Furley, and this was all in a season 3 episode of Three's Company, and decided to move to a place called Cheviot Hills, which is a well-to-do neighborhood in Los Angeles on the west side.
West Side?
Which I didn't even know the west side could be well-to-do, but anyway.
Well, it was 1979.
Okay.
I thought the west side of Los Angeles was the Pacific Ocean. Prove me wrong.
Okay, so here we have Stanley and Helen now at Cheviot Hills, but they're a little bit out of sorts, and therein lies the comedy. Know what I mean? Therein lies the comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Because what you have here is Stanley and Helen, who are way outclassed by their neighbors, two of which are played by Jeffrey Tambor and Patricia McCormick. Jeffrey Tambor plays Jeffrey P. Brooks III, who is this haughty, well-to-do, nose in the air, I'm looking down on you out of comedy realtor who just happens to live next door to the Ropers. And his wife, who I'm reasonably certain could do a whole lot better than Jeffrey, I mean, come on, is played by Patricia McCormick. She's one Ann Brooks, who is the homemaker, the wife of Jeffrey, and about as long-suffering with Jeffrey as Helen was with Stanley.
And apparently, if you watch the opening credits, she apparently plays tennis a lot.
Yeah.
Well, as hoity-toity to-do people would be back in the 70s.
Hoity-toity country clubbish sort of people?
Yes, with their noses held up and a little snobbery in their voice, looking down at the lower class.
And then you have David Brooks, the 7-year-old son of the Brooks family, played by Evan Cohen, who is just this precocious little tyke who likes to hang out with Helen and likes to antagonize Stanley.
And precocious is the exact same word I would have chosen.
Well, what else are you going to think of when you think of a 7-year-old boy with hoity-toity parents and neighbors who are they're equal parts beneath them and friendly?
Yeah, precocious would be the word I'd use.
But lest you think it's all about these two families, there are additional characters on this show. We have Ethel and Brewster, Helen's snobby older sister, played by Dina Dietrich, who is best known as... Tell me if this sounds familiar. If it tastes like butter, but it's not, it's chiffon.
Oh, yeah.
She played Mother Nature in that commercial. It's not nice to fool Mother Nature.
Yeah, and we should also note that she just passed away within the last about month and a half
Oh.
Yeah, she passed away November 21st.
Yep.
Of 2020, obviously, because we're in a new year, so we need to actually state what year we're talking about. If
that would help. And we have her husband Hubert and Brewster, who is Helen's brother-in-law, played by Rod Colban, who is, well, his claim to fame was being Katharine Hepburn's personal masseuse.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought you were going to go, woo! I thought you were going to go high there.
No.
No. But I'll tell you something else. He was also in a few other series. Man Against Crime, Sanford and Son. He was in Grady, Marcus Welby, Mary Hartman. And, he was actually in an episode of future installment, The Edge of Night.
Oh.
So there's something to look forward to. And then you have Debbie Hopper, who is a girl that Stan Lee sees at the hot tub in the neighborhood. And Mike, you're going to like this.
I know who it is. Just say it.
Lois Areno, a.k.a. Lois Hamilton.
A.k.a. one of the Card Sharks dealers.
Oh!
None of the original Card Sharks.
Yeah. Lois Areno, or Lois Hamilton, was a dealer on Card Sharks back in the 70s. And also, she made a couple of appearances on perennial favorite around these parts, the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour.
And of course, very lovely lady, unfortunately died quite young. And then you have Stanley's best friend and one of Helen's enemies, Joey, played by Richard B. Schull, who is a bit of a character actor. He's known for playing sort of theater credits, mostly, but his screen credits include Clute, Splash, Unfaithfully Yours, Garbo Talks, and Howard Stern's Private Parts. He was also in Holmes and Yo-Yo, future installment there.
Yeah, darn right, future installment there.
And we also have Helen and Ethel's mother, played by Lucille Benson, who is known mostly for sort of Broadway in the 1930s, and she did have a big commercial break in Bosom Buddies, and was also on WUSA. And then you had another sort of sibling in Helen's family. You had another sibling. She was introduced in season 2. Hilda, played by Lucy Lee Flippin, who was known more for Bob Newhart's show, Edge of Night, Little House on the Prairie, Flo, Amazing Stories.
Oh, Flo's got to be on the list.
But if you are a fan of Small Wonders, she is Mrs. Jennings, the hoity-toity, snotty, snot-nosed social worker who likes to drop by, often unannounced, on the Lawsons. We'll cover that when we cover season 1 of Small Wonder. And also making their debut is Jenny Bollinger, played by Louise Valance, who nowadays is known more as a voiceover actress. If you've ever watched Reboot, she plays the character of Mouse. And if you've ever seen Zoobly Zoo, she's What's That Kangaroo? But yeah, nowadays she's a Canada-based voice actor. Wow. She's done a lot of voice work. If I were to name all of those notable characters, we'd be here all night. But back to her character here on The Ropers. Jenny is a young woman who's been living in the Ropers' storeroom, which I didn't even know the Ropers could have. But then again, when you sell the apartment, and you get that crazy Ralph Furley money. Am I right?
Well, yeah. If the Ropers were still supers when they moved to the new place, there surely would be a storage room. You got to keep your cleaning supplies and chemicals and all that someplace. Am I wrong?
Stanley needs a place to keep his plunger.
Yeah, he can't be holding it throughout all the show and beyond the credits.
Okay. Now you remember when I said that this was a spin-off of a British-based sitcom that was itself a British-based sitcom spun off from that same British-based sitcom. You will never guess whose idea it was to spin off Three's Company. Actually, you probably will, because...
hold on. Let me guess.
Go ahead.
Does his name rhyme with Dreg Milverman?
Yeah, it does. So, Silverman approached Norman Fell and Audra Lindley with the idea of doing a spin-off after the first full season. But they wanted to wait for the next season to see if the show could actually prove itself. It did, but this time, the producers themselves, Nichols, Ross, and West, brought up the idea of spinning off Three's Company into the Ropers, as well as new ABC head Tony Tomopoulos, because by that time, Brad Silverman has gone to NBC, and we covered all this in a previous episode. Now, Audra Lindley, in one of the weirdest cases of life imitating art, Audra Lindley was all for it. She was all for, getting on board with the spinoff. Norman Fell, on the other hand, it took a little bit of doing to bring him in. I mean, Norman Fell, he was reluctant. He liked his role on Three's Company. I don't think he thought he could carry a show by himself. He thought the show would be unsuccessful and put him out of his job. But then Three's Company, the producers of Three's Company, Nichols, Ross, and West, they contractually promised Fell they would give the Ropers a year. 1 year to prove itself. And if the show is canceled before that, then those two, Audra Lindley and Norman Fell, would be able to come back to Three's Company.
Okay, question.
Yes.
One year or one season?
I'm guessing it was 1 year. Because now it did last 2 seasons, but like 1 calendar year, which is weird because, again, this show started in March. Its season would have had to have been done in June at the latest.
Yeah, and the reason I ask is because originally the first season was 6 episodes, and that's all they were given for starters.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm wondering if it's one season instead of versus 1 year, if they could have potentially been given only 6 episodes. But also, Three's Company was on such a high, I don't think it's any surprise that it got a second season. The ratings weren't actually bad for starters.
No, even when Three's Company had gone on hiatus for some reason, and the Ropers didn't have that Three's Company lead-in. I believe the Ropers followed Three's Company in the listing, and it still did well at the time. And over the summer, they reran episodes on Sundays, and the reruns did well for summer episodes. It's like everything that could happen, everything that could happen to bolster the show's success did bolster the show's success. And the Ropers were riding off a really good high. And then somebody had an idea.
Well, what idea was that?
Let's put the Ropers on Saturdays!
Oh.
So they put the Ropers on Saturdays, and guess what happened?
It tanked.
It tanked! Oh my god. It went from like in the top 10 with Three's Company to 50 in the second week of the second season. It was in 52nd place. And you know what? It wasn't just that it was on Saturdays, it was on Saturdays opposite Chips.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah, that'll kill it. I do want to actually add one thing, or give you a slight correction, Chico.
What's that?
The Ropers did not immediately follow Three's Company.
Oh, my mistake.
The Three's Company aired at 9 o'clock Eastern, and the Ropers were on at 10 o'clock Eastern.
Huh.
At 9:30 was a little show called Taxi.
Oh.
Plus, if you look at the 8 to 9 o'clock hour, that was Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley. So you had like ABC's powerhouse comedies that night. Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, Three's Company, Taxi, The Ropers, and then, I'm sure this is an entry, and if it's not, well, I'm sure we have a good reason to do it. 10:30 on Fridays was 13 Queens Boulevard, at least taking a look at April 17th of 1979, which would have been about a month into the show.
Yeah. And one thing I want to note, you mentioned Taxi. Taxi was also in its first season in 78, 79.
So it was probably given that same deal by Fred Silverman. We're going to give you a year to prove yourself. Oh, and yeah, Taxi. Yeah, that didn't go anywhere, did it?
Well, it lasted 5 years.
Yeah,
it had a good run.
It had a decent run.
And
it was on 2 networks for crying out
Yeah,
years.
I think it's one of the few shows that won the Emmy every year it was on.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It might be the only show that's won an Emmy every year it was on.
Yeah, I'm guessing Frasier and Doris Schitt's Creek did not have such an honor.
No.
No, Schitt's Creek only hit the jackpot this past year.
Its final season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there was like 1 year where Frasier lost Best Comedy to Seinfeld.
They put it on Saturday opposite a little show called Chips, and nobody watched it. It got so bad that Norman Bell himself went to ABC and begged them to move to time slots. I don't know if they did or they didn't, but actually they did move the show back to Thursdays at 9:30 after Barney Miller, but by then it was basically too little too late. Even though the 3 episodes that aired after Barney Miller were some of the highest rated in season 2. I mean, the show itself finished 25 out of 61 shows in prime time, but so did Soap, and ABC really was committed more to Soap than it was to the Ropers, and they ended up canceling the show. But they didn't cancel the characters. The Ropers made one more appearance on Three's Company.
Yeah, that would be March of 81.
An interesting thing, we were talking, Mike, you and me, about whether they meant 1 year or 1 season.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Truth by Consensus Wikipedia, and it looks like they had 1 season, because I got this. Check this out. The cancellation of the Ropers came just 1 month after the 1-year contractual deadline had passed. Bell would later state that he always believed the decision to pull the plug on the show had been made much earlier, but that the network deliberately postponed making the cancellation official until after the 1-year mark, specifically to be relieved of the obligation to allow Bell and Lindsley to return to Three's Company. There was an attempt by producers to sell the show to Silverman over at NBC. Silverman, however, passed on it too.
I'm sorry, given how bad NBC was at the time, I have to laugh at that.
Yeah, I mean, for all we know, Fred Silverman may have done them a favor.
Hey, Fred Silverman probably was like, no thanks. I got this great show with McLean Stevenson called Hello, Larry. I'm sure we don't need this at all.
Yeah. This was not the end. And we actually did research on this before the show, and I don't know if it was Mike or Greg that brought this up, but remember when NBC was doing prime time at 7:30?
Yeah, prime time starts at 7:30.
We're reading this blurb directly here. That 1986, D.L. Tapner, who was the distributor at the time of both the Ropers and Three's Company, they revealed their plans for a spin-off of the Ropers called Three Apartments, which would star Bell and Lindsley as landlords of a 3-unit apartment building. And the show was either offered as a 2-year 44-episode package in syndication or as a 1-season 52-episode package with the prime time starts at 7:30 deal. Guest stars would include John Ritter, Joyce DeWitt, Richard Klein, and Don Knotts from Three's Company, Robert Mandan from Three's a Crowd, and Jim J. Bullock and Nancy Dussault from Too Close for Comfort.
Okay, hold on a second. If you remember when we did Primetime Starts at 7:30, didn't they have a very low budget on their shows? I think it was to the extent of maybe $300,000 per episode.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay, this sounds like super cheap Three's Company / The Ropers. Because unless, it gets more money from the network, there's no way NBC is going to funnel, as we said, 52 episodes times 300,000. That would end up being, if I do my math really fast, like $16-17 million in 1987 money, mind you, into this product, which was a spinoff of a show that really wasn't all that good anyhow.
Yeah. And it would be interesting to throw the characters from Too Close to Comfort in the mix, because Too Close for Comfort was also based on a British sitcom.
But also, we should remember that 1987, since we're talking about Too Close for Comfort / The Ted Knight Show, this, I believe, would have been the first full year that Jim J. Bullock was a regular on Hollywood Squares.
Yes.
So he had his commitments already lined up, and he was doing pretty good from what I remember on Hollywood Squares. I mean, he had a not-so-good time financially afterwards. It was tough for him to get a job. But he, from what I've read and seen, it sounds like he was doing pretty decent financially after
he was not hurting.
He was not hurting.
He was doing rather well for somebody who was not the center square.
Hey, Jim J. Bullock was in Spaceballs.
He was in Spaceballs. He was the
prince who was very tired.
He was the prince who almost married Princess Vespa, but did not because he was very tired.
Okay, not to go too far off track here. Jim J. Bullock and Joan Rivers, two Hollywood Squares regulars, were in Spaceballs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why does that movie not get more acclaim? All you needed was Shadow Stevens doing the announcing over the PA system. There you go. You got like the entire cast of Hollywood Squares on Spaceballs.
Hey, they blew all their budget on John Hurt's cameo.
Yep. And also the model of the starship that turns into Megamaid.
Damn it, now I want to see Spaceballs again.
Hey, it's getting a 4K release by Kino Lorber.
Nice.
Like I said, Kino Lorber, they're bringing it.
Let's watch some episodes, shall we?
Should we?
Well, sure, why not? There are only 28 of them.
Okay,
we'll start with Season 1, Episode 1, Moving On. Based on the episode of the same name by Johnny Mortimer and Brian Cook, this episode is sometimes included in Three's Company syndication as an additional Three's Company episode. Helen bugs Stanley into finally looking for a new house. Stanley, however, wants to buy a mobile home. Really?
Why would Stanley want a mobile home?
Yeah, I mean...
So you can see the country? I don't know how old he was at the time or how old his character was.
I can imagine Stanley Roper deciding, hey, I could get a mobile home, and whenever I don't like my neighbors, I can always pick it up and move somewhere else. By the way, I will never like my neighbors.
Valid point.
Right? Okay, Episode 2, also based on an episode of George and Mildred, The Bad Penny by Johnny Mortimer and Brian Cook, is called Friends and Neighbors. Stanley embarrasses Helen when he locks himself outside of their house in nothing but underwear while she attends a posh party next door.
Ooh!
That's what I was waiting for. We had a few guest stars, but I don't think they were in anything. You know what? Roger Bowen, he was in the MASH movie as Colonel Blake, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so he's the movie version of McLean Stevenson's character.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
And
did he die over the Sea of Japan?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy.
There were no survivors.
Next episode. Okay.
Thank you. Save us.
Episode 3, also based off of a George and Mildred episode. Your Money or Your Life. Stanley thinks he's dying when results from his doctor don't come right away. The doctor, played by Hope Clark, who is a dancer, vocalist, and known as a choreographer in Porgy and Bess.
Okay.
And by the way, the first appearance of Marilyn Graham by Lois Hamilton, Mike.
Why do you keep saying my name? Do you think I'm, like, sexually attracted to her?
You know more about Lois Hamilton than I do.
She was a dealer on Card Sharks. She appeared on, like, 2 or 3 weeks of Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. That's it. That's the list.
Okay. All right. Episode 4, based on the Dorothy Letters episode, The Doris Letters. Helen thinks Stanley needs help and takes him to a marriage counselor after she finds many love letters from him that turned out were for Doris Day. What?
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 Did Stanley have a thing for Doris Day?
I think Stanley had a thing for Doris Day, which is news to me. So, there's something.
I got nothing.
The 5th episode was also based on an episode of George and Mildred, The Family Planning. Stanley gets upset when Helen's mother and sister Ethel visit, and he thinks that her mother has plans to stay with them permanently.
You won't believe what happens.
Oh, boy. And, of course, this is the first appearance of Lucille Benson as Mother, and Robert Colvin as Hubert Armbruster, Dina Dietrich as Ethel Armbruster, and Lucy Lippin as Hilda. And the season finale, also based on a episode of George and Mildred.
Man, what a coincidence! All the episodes of the first season are based on the British spin-off.
Hey, they had to get the material from somewhere.
And let's just say this, as a spoiler for later this year, we're going to talk about another series that did that, but in reverse.
And also another series that did this directly and was even shorter lived than the Ropers.
Yeah. Okay. Opportunity knocks.
Opportunity knocks. Larry Dallas. Hi, Richard Klein. How you doing? Visits and tries to sell them a mobile home. Oh my God! Stanley Roper's mobile home. That's the dream.
His dream. What a coincidence! Larry wants to sell them a mobile home, which is what Stanley wants.
And
why does this sound like peak Larry? I'm sorry.
Because it probably is. And if it's peak Larry, then you know for sure it's peak Stanley, and by extension, because Jeffrey doesn't like Stanley that much, if at all. Peak Jeffrey. Stanley almost buys the mobile home without telling Helen.
No. Well.
But of course, that doesn't happen.
No. Sadly.
So we go into season 2, which is the first show, which is the first season A, with episodes that are not based off the British episode, and B, that are airing on a Saturday.
Okay, I have a theory. Really fast.
Okay.
Maybe the reason the first season of The Ropers did reasonably well wasn't necessarily because of the time slot. It was because of the British writing. Then when it came over to Americans who were writing it, not just because of the bad time slot or in addition to the bad time slot, the ratings fell and it got canceled.
Yeah.
It's just a theory.
Now, interestingly enough, because season 2 does have a George and Mildred episode material, but it's not written by Cook and Mortimer. It's written by somebody who took Cook and Mortimer's original stories and sort of gussied them up for American audiences.
Well, Cook at this time may have been working on pre-production for Too Close for Comfort, because he did quite a number of episodes for that series.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that was also on ABC, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sort of a shared universe there. Hey, a shared universe between the Too Close for Comfort and the Three's Company series. There's something.
All right. Episode
Anyway.
7, The Party.
The party. Helen complains about never getting to take a vacation. So to keep her quiet, Stanley prepares a secret disco birthday party with the aid of his former tenants, Jack Tripper, Janet Wood, and Chrissy Snow. The episode is sometimes included in the Three's Company syndication package as Stanley the Ladies' Man. And shock
Okay,
of all
I have
shock.
a new theory.
Oh, God.
I have a new theory.
Go on!
Episode 1 was about a disco surprise party, and disco was dying at this point. That's why people didn't watch.
Yeah, wait to lead with your strength there, ABC.
Yeah, Steve Dahl was like, F this, I'm done.
Yeah, didn't he learn anything about disco television with Making It?
And not making it, and the Playboy roller disco and pajama party. We all remember that.
Yeah, that's why Steve Dahl turned his TV off whenever ABC had
It's
something
like,
disco.
he turns it on, there was the party episode,
And he was like,
done!
F this, I'm staging a demonstration at Comiskey Park.
We are making a stand! We are making a stand! Alright, episode 8, Days of Beer and Rosie. A man shows up at the condo and introduces himself as Stanley's son from an affair years ago. The Brooks want to send their son, David, to a private school. This episode based on an episode of the same name by Johnny Mortimer and Brian Cook. The son, Vernon Weddle played the son, I'm guessing. Either that or Squire Friedel. Yeah, it was probably Vernon. It was probably Vernon Weddle.
Yeah.
Squire Friedel was born in 1943.
He could have been held back a few grades.
Might. Episode 9, Power Play, based on The Unkindest Cut of All by Johnny Mortimer and Brian Cook. When the electricity to the Ropers' house is cut off, Helen's sister is supposed to come for dinner, and Stanley borrows electricity from the Brooks. Because Stanley is cheap. You didn't notice by now, Stanley's a bit of a skinflint.
Yeah, and given he's like a superintendent type, he probably has a bunch of extension cords. That sounds like it's an electricity hazard. You shouldn't be plugging those in and doing like a daisy chain of extension cords.
Especially the late 70s when there's a power crisis.
Especially when there's no such thing as a surge protector probably in 1979. I know what type of extension cords we used in 1979. There's no chance in hell I'd use those nowadays.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, those are two-pronged. They don't have a grounding plug.
They don't. Okay, episode 10, based on the episode of the same name by Johnny Mortimer and Brian Cook, Baby Talk. Stanley fears that Helen will ignore him if they adopt a child. When a social worker says they're too old to adopt, he raises her spirits by giving her a dog. Muffin.
Who would give a kid to these two?
Somebody who is incredibly desperate.
Yeah, instead of beating him with a sack of oranges like Bing Crosby, he beats the kid over the head with a plunger.
Oh my God, Mike!
Maybe he just sticks it on his head. Okay, kid. Yeah, picks up the plunger. Okay, are you going to do this ever again? No, Daddy. All right, and then like whips him off the plunger and it falls to the ground. Oh. Okay, now you know why I'm not a parent.
Oh, boy. Episode 11, Two for the Road. Stanley and Jeffrey get drunk and are arrested after both have arguments with their respective spouses. The arresting officer, Officer Hibbs, is played by Dick Christie. Future installment, Ace Crawford, and y'all know him as the dad who invented the small window.
Thank you. I was wondering why you didn't lead off with that.
Well, we're going to do Ace Crawford Private Eye next month, silly.
But I thought he was better known for Small Wonder. That's why.
Well, of course he's better known for Small Wonder.
Yeah, because Ace Crawford Private Eye was 5 episodes.
Oh, okay, I thought...
Ace Crawford Private Eye was 5 episodes, Small Wonder was 5 seasons. Come on.
Oh, okay, I thought Chico was bearing the lead there.
I was kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
You know who else was in that Small Wonder? Jo Marie Peyton France as a police officer, as a meter maid. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Oh no, episode 12. This is heartbreaking.
Oh no! Remember that dog they got a few episodes ago?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Episode 12. Puppy love. Stanley loses their dog and buys another one to try and calm Helen down.
Oh my God, Stanley! Why'd you lose Helen's dog?
You just got him 2 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. You've just had this dog, and now you've already lost him. What are you doing, Stanley?
Hey, at least Vinny on Family Guy got 4 episodes.
Oh my God! Episode 13. All Around the Clock. Based on the episode of the same name by Mortimer and Cook, on their 23rd wedding anniversary, Stanley buys a fake antique clock that happens to resemble the Brooks' stolen clock. Helen then tries to sneak into their house to return it.
You won't believe what happens.
Yeah. By the way, guest appearance includes Sam McMurray, later of the Tracy Ullman Show, and Freaks and Geeks.
Yes, as Charles Remington.
Yep. Episode 14. Odd Couples. When Stanley accidentally sets his kitchen on fire. Gee, that sounds familiar. Brooks thinks it's from faulty wiring and lets the Roper stay with his family.
Well, Stanley, you're losing dogs. You're setting the kitchen on fire. What are you doing?
Well, again, he tried probably daisy chaining electric cords together to get that electric when he ran out of power.
He's not good at keeping his own house, is he?
No.
And he's a superintendent?
He's a superintendent. He's not good at keeping his own house. Mr. Furley could teach this guy a thing or two. Okay, episode 15. Pal Joey. When Stanley gets a new, or so he tells Helen, living room suite from his friend Joey, he finds out that the furniture once belonged to Helen's sister Ethel.
What?
Yeah. How is he gonna get out of this one?
Well, first off, 2 episodes ago, they bought the neighbor, they unknowingly bought the neighbor's broken, stolen clock. And now they buy furniture that once belonged to his wife's sister.
And let's not forget the thing with the dog, Greg. Let's not forget the thing with the dog.
And it should be added that Joey was played by Richard B. Schull, who will appear in the future, in future installment, Holmes and Yo-Yo. He played Holmes.
Oh yeah, and John Shuck played Yo-Yo.
John Shuck was a yo-yo.
Hey, have you?
Hey, we
seen
love John
the new
Shuck around these parts.
Hey, have you seen the New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking? He was a treasure.
Oh yeah.
No, he's a great actor. It's just he didn't have the best parts. Turnabout,
True.
the
That
new
is-
Munsters, or the Munsters today.
That's true.
Yeah.
Episode 16. Helen makes music. The Brooks and Ropers fight over the commission money Helen gets when she sells one of the townhouses to a buyer, so the Brooks decide to buy her an organ.
Phrasing.
I think they mean an actual organ.
What is it with Helen? She wants a new dog. Now she wants
Helen's
an organ.
It's like Helen's a bit of a naive sort, isn't she?
Yeah.
I really think this new, Cheviot Hills living is getting to her. Some of the Brookses is sort of rubbing off on her, being a little materialistic, a little hoity-toity, a little upper class.
Welcome to the 80s, Mike. Welcome to the 80s.
Are we even in 1980 yet?
No,
No, still in Thanksgiving
we're still in
79.
November of 19, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we can't say welcome to the 80s yet. We still got a month and a week.
Yeah, the Ropers aren't ready for the 80s yet, like the Village People.
Oh, but they will be. Not now, but they will be. Episode 17, The Skeleton. Jeffrey's hobo uncle comes for a visit, especially since a congressman is coming for lunch.
And playing Uncle Bill is Barry Nelson, who is best known for being the first actor to ever portray James Bond. He portrayed James Bond in a 1954 TV movie adaptation of Casino Royale.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, he was played, when it was originally on TV, James Bond was played as an American.
Named Jimmy Bond.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy! The 50s were a crazy time!
The name's Bond. Jimmy Bond. So I guess he likes his martinis stirred, not shaken.
Or he could like a Coors Banquet. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Cobra Kai season 3.
I haven't even seen season 2 yet, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
And if Barry Nelson's name sounds familiar, he made the game show rounds back in the 60s. He's been on a number of Password episodes that Buzzer's shown.
Oh, yeah.
To Tell the Truth, The Match Game, I've Got a Secret, Personality. So he was
a guy of
a he was more of a 60s thing than he was more of a 60s thing than a 70s thing.
Yeah, he was a guy that made the rounds.
He was a known entity, as we like to say. And next we have The Other Man on episode 18. Helen asks the gardener to pose as her Latin lover Ramon in order to make Stanley jealous.
Woo!
Yeah! By the way, I believe the gardener is played by Jay Varela, not known for much. And now we have the introduction of Jenny Bollinger as played by Louise/Stevie Valance. And episode 19, and who's been sleeping in my... The Ropers find out that an 18-year-old girl has been sleeping in their storeroom for weeks.
How did they not realize that the girl was sleeping in their storeroom?
They were too busy buying other people's furniture, buying other people's fake antiques, and losing dogs, Greg.
They didn't notice there was a girl sleeping in the room?
They did not notice there was a girl sleeping in their storeroom because they were busy. They were busy buying stolen furniture, buying stolen antiques, fake and Latin lovers, and
playing with their new organ.
Good night, everybody.
Phrasing again.
Oh boy. And of course, most of the episodes from here on out start to be a little more Jenny-centric, maybe? Or at least this one does? The episode 20, Jenny's Date. Stanley pays the Brooks' nephew, Michael, $50 to take Jenny out on a date.
$50 in 1980 money.
$50 in 1980. That's a lot of money in 1980 money.
That's a lot of money that Stanley is paying just to take this girl out on a date.
Well, and yeah, it is a lot because remember, inflation really wouldn't hit until later in 80 and 81 and 82.
Yeah.
Not trying to justify spending $50 on a date in 1980, but yeah, that's quite a bit of money.
Hey, if I take this money, I might be able to afford that Atari 2600.
Or at least a game for it.
Yeah.
You can get Frogger now, Greg.
Yeah.
On the video game. That's the VCS, son. Okay. Episode 21. Based on I Got a Horse by Johnny Mortimer and Brian Cook. Of Mice and Horses.
Hey, you know what, Mike? I was going to say, you know what Mike Francesa would call this episode?
Of Mice and Horses.
Mice and Horses. 9 o'clock, here's the McMahon.
Hey, did you know I met Secretariat?
Yeah, I met Secretariat. Yeah.
Ethel's attempt to retrieve a valuable horse-shaped case, supposedly from the Ming Dynasty, from Helen.
Was that where they made the $10,000 Chinese fishbowl from High Rollers?
Oh, God. Yeah. So, horses. Episode 22. Family Feud. The Ropers and the Brookses feud on David and Helen's birthday.
And sadly, there's no cameo from Richard Dawson.
There's no cameo from... Do you realize the opportunity that was missed?
Yeah, it's on the network. Family Feud's on. You could even get Richard Dawson for a cameo for an episode titled Family.
He would have been too expensive in 1980.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Episode 23, The Other Woman. Wait, was there an episode? No, there was The Other Man, and now there's The Other Woman. Helen is convinced Stanley is having an affair when she sees him give a locket to another woman, played presumably by Lola Mason. This is why they don't notice Jenny living in the storeroom.
Oh, yeah. Because they have their own theories, their own stupid theories on what's going on, that they're too distracted by everything.
Okay, episode 24, Men About the House. Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh, yeah, because the original British show's Man About the House of Three's Company.
Yeah. After Helen volunteers Stanley to babysit David on poker night, he takes him to the game.
Well, that's terrible volunteering.
That's also terrible babysitting.
It is!
But then again, you know what? He's going to learn about poker sometime.
Yeah. Especially when Gabe Kaplan hosts poker all the time on ESPN in a couple of years.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait about 23 years, you're going to see plenty of poker on TV.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Norm Chad's going to tell you all about how poker works.
And Mr. Carter is going to call the play-by-play. True story, look it up. Episode 25, Old Flames. Stanley is jealous, surprise there, when Helen's old USO boyfriend wants to see her and makes himself a date with an old girlfriend. I'm beginning to sense a theme here.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. You totally missed the B plot.
What's the B plot?
Okay.
Tell me the B plot. I want to know the B plot.
Oh, okay. Oh, gosh, hold on a second. David trades Jeffrey's model train set for Stanley's old inner tube.
What?
So little David traded his father's model train set for an inner tube.
What's Stanley going to do?
What was on the inner tube?
What was so special about the inner tube he wanted?
I want to know about this inner tube.
It was old. So, in other words, we're not going to see David Brooks on Let's Make a Deal anytime soon.
No.
No.
Yeah, would you like to trade the $1,000 for the box? Oh, inside the box is Helen Roper's lost puppy dog.
Oh my God!
Oh no! Episode 26.
We're almost done, folks. Episode 26, The Rummage Sale. Based on Jumble Pie by Johnny Mortimer and Brian Cook, Stanley's men's magazines were accidentally donated to a church rummage sale. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no. No!
Spoiler, they're not National Geographics.
No.
They're not, no, those aren't, hey, this doesn't look like Architectural Digest to me.
No, I'm not going to say it. Okay.
No. Episode 27, 4-letter word. Good night, everybody. Based on the episode of the same name by Johnny Mortimer and Brian Cook, when Stanley goes over to his brother-in-law Hubert's office to get a job, he finds 2 tickets for Hubert and his secretary to Acapulco.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, same here.
And finally, episode 28, Mother's Wake. Helen's mother holds a wake for herself at the Roper's house to discuss her will, complete with presents.
What?
Really?
Who holds a wake for yourself while still alive?
Mother, apparently, because that's exactly what happened.
Well, let's remember, was it Groucho Marx or W.C. Fields or somebody wanted to see their obituary before they died? One of those old-time comedians wanted to do that. I'm just saying. I'm just giving you an example.
Okay.
That's the show. Bye. No.
That's the show. But you're probably wondering, well, where are all these episodes now? They did, in the early 80s, syndicate this show as part of a Three's Company package, although it was syndicated as Three's Company's Friends, the Ropers. Because it was a common practice back then to syndicate under a different title.
Yeah, because Happy Days reruns when they were in syndication were under the title Happy Days Again.
Yeah, Happy Days was Happy Days Again. Chips was Chips Patrol, and the Ropers were Three's Company's Friends, the Ropers.
Thank God they don't do that anymore.
That would be confusing.
It would be confusing.
Antenna TV also aired a cycle before canceling it. And then it returned later in 2011 to air for another cycle as part of the Three's Company cycle. Yeah,
so what they would do is when Three's Company got to 1979, 1980, more 79 for obvious reasons. Once the Ropers left, they then interrupted the Three's Company series and showed the entirety of the Ropers for 14 days or probably 3 weeks, because I think it was only on weeknights. So yeah, they would actually stop Three's Company when the Ropers leave, show the entire series of the Ropers, and then once they left,
we go to Mr. Furley.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they must have actually shown in unison Three's Company and the Ropers, because that would be kind of weird to go back and then pick up with Mr. Furley like you're talking about. But it's possible. But yeah, they did air it a couple of times in 2011.
And I remember, Mike, at this time you were very pumped when the Ropers was on the schedule back in 2011.
Because I had never seen it. Oh, I was really pumped, yes.
And it was everything you hoped for.
If you want to say it that way.
Now, let's get one thing clear I want to point out, okay?
Okay.
In July of 2002, TV Guide named The Ropers the 49th worst TV series of all time. And I'm going to say this. There is no way that this show is the 49th worst show of all time. Okay, is it great? No. Is it terrible? No. There's no way that this show should be on a list of the worst TV shows of all time. It's only on the list of the worst TV shows of all time because it's a spinoff of Three's Company that ran for 2 seasons. That's the only reason why it's on the list of the worst TV shows of all time.
He's not wrong.
And I guarantee you the people that made the list never actually watched the show. They just remember it from the 79 and 80, and they assume it was 2 seasons. It must have sucked. There. We'll put it on the list of the worst TV shows of all time.
No, you know what's worse than this show? Do you know what's worse than this show?
What's worse than this show?
Three's a Crowd is worse than this show. Not the cool game show with that guy with the hair.
Or the remake with Alan Thicke.
No. Three's a Crowd with John Ritter, Mary Carteret, and Robert Mandan. That's worse than this show.
Oh, yeah, I definitely
I was really hoping you were going to say Carter Country.
Well,
I'm not wrong, though.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, no.
I'm sure that we could come up with a list of 49 shows that are worse than the Ropers, and we probably covered all 49 of them the first year plus we've been doing this.
Oh, yeah.
I was taking a look inside Greg's mind. You know what his mind has?
What?
Whitney, 48 episodes of Whitney.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Well, this was 2002. They didn't know how bad Whitney would be. They didn't know there would be a show that's so... Hey, if they redid this list now, if Whitney is not among the 5 worst shows of all time,
I'm going to tell you right
go
now.
to hell.
I'm going to tell you right now one of the worst shows that would have been on that list if they did it in 2021.
What?
Actually, I can't because we're going to cover it later this year.
Oh, okay. No spoilers.
No, hey, this is a spoiler-free zone.
Yeah.
But it's not an eBay-free zone, I'm afraid.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
New year, same music. Hit it.
Mm.
I know you heard Chico's voice saying, hey, we're going to play eBay Prices Right. He didn't really have an item all planned. And I did because I was looking ahead of time, and I even declared myself ineligible. And then Chico said, you know what? I don't have an item up. If you've got one, it's yours. So guess what? You are bidding on a first season promotional still photo from the Ropers. It is a buy it now situation, it's still available for purchase. It's still for sale.
Okay.
It's 11 by 14. That seems kind of big for this picture, but they have a ruler there, and I'm going to assume that's 11 by 14. I can't really see it. It says 11 by 14 in the description, but I'm sorry, it looks like an 8 by 10 to me. So use your best judgment when you bid on this. I mean, they've got a ruler measuring the photo, and it measures to 20, and I'm going to assume they're in half-inch increments for some reason. So I'm going to assume that's 10 across and 8 down. And it's actually a picture of Audra Lindley feeding Norman Fell grapes, and Norman Fell is sort of giving the camera his smug little mug like he sometimes did. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sort of mugging for the camera. And I'm going to start with Chico, because I think Chico won last time. Buy it now. It's still available for purchase. How much you paying for this?
Okay, I have a question. Is Norman Fell holding the plunger?
No, he's not. His hands are behind his head. He looks like he's lying on some sort of a pillow.
$9.99.
Okay, Greg.
$10.99.
Now, I'm just curious. If I said there was a plunger in the picture, would you have bid more?
Yes.
Okay. So we had $9.99 and $10.99. Guys, if you want this, break open the wallet. You're going to have to pay $30.
Yeah!
It's not worth much. He's not even holding his plunger.
No, he's not holding the plunger.
That's like saying, well, here's a picture of Babe Ruth, but he's not holding a baseball bat. Or here's a picture of Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but he's not holding his sword. Or here's
he could be holding a pizza.
He could be holding a pizza. Or here's a picture of Bob Barker, but he's not holding that skinny ass microphone of his.
No, here's a picture of Bob Barker, and he's not holding one of the models. Oh, sorry.
Oh, Christ.
We're gonna get letters.
Here's a picture of Bob Barker, and he's not fondling a contestant.
Oh.
We're gonna get
letters. I'm just saying, watch the reruns of Price is Right with Bob Barker.
Reruns.
And watch how he invites the women to dive into that $100 pocket of his. Oh, you couldn't pull that crap nowadays.
Oh,
but
no.
1982, friggin' Pimp Barker's, go on in, girls. Dig into the pocket and feel around. There might be more than $100 bill down there.
Good night, everybody.
That's the subject of SNL skits today. A game show in 2020.
Reach in, come on, don't you want to reach into my pocket? No, that seems kind of scuzzy.
There's a little hole in my pocket. You can go all the way down to my pants.
Why did Louis Anderson just show up, Mike?
On that disappointment, I'll just say, The Ropers. It wasn't that bad of a thing on TV. Was it?
Hey, it's not the 49th worst TV show of all time, TV Guide.
Yeah. That would be the 49th episode of Whitney. Oh, sorry.
We may have to pull up that list and see what other shows are on it.
Yeah.
I know Springer was number 1.
Oh,
that's terrible.
That's a terrible judgment.
That's a lazy list. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's TV Guide.
It's TV Guide in 2002. Of course
it's TV Guide in 2002. They were going weekly, and they were getting out of the localized business. So.
Yeah.
Wow! We were just at work, and it was so boring and humdrum. Humdrum. Tori said we should get fraps. It was Frap Friday, which is a Friday when you get fraps. Frap Friday. Ain't nothing but something to drink. Get your ass off the grass. Ass off the grass. Frap attack. You grabbed me. She grabbed me. I got frap and massage. Frap attack. Frap attack. Frap attack. Frap attack. Frap attack. You grabbed me. She grabbed me. I got frap and massage. Frap attack. Frap attack. Frap attack. Frap attack. Frap the bottom. Frap the bottom. Frap the bottom. Frap the bottom. Frap attack. You grabbed me. She grabbed me. I got frap and massage. Frap attack. Frap attack. Frap attack. Frap attack. Ain't nothing but something to drink. Ow! My bottom!
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Wednesday, Larry and Balky hit the jackpot.
It's everything I dreamed Vegas would be.
Want to have a good time?
Well, I've already been to the Liberace Museum.
Oh, look, there's Wayne Newton. Wayne! Everything on the shelf. Spin it.
Perfect strangers. Then...
Mr. Moore!
Janice, I'm on the phone.
I'm going to have a party.
An invitation to a Smurf party?
This is going to be like getting trapped on the It's a Small World ride for 3 hours.
Head of the class right after Perfect Strangers.
Wednesday.
It's time to get extreme with ECW Extreme Championship Wrestling. Raw Band and Justin Incredible. Tommy Dreamer. It's time for the Taz Machine. Dance off this Taz through the table.
Looks like another ECW tag team's on the board.
It's the Coley Driver.
Oh no, it's the Van Daminator.
Who did say 5 stars?
He cheated. ECW Extreme Championship Wrestling figures and ring each sold separately.
Get extreme.
ECW.
I'm Tom Brokaw in New York. The Mob and the Movies. On location in Miami at the making of a feature-length motion picture. Brian Ross reports it already has an audience as law officers watch what they believe is a new move by organized crime into the motion picture business. Monday on NBC Nightly News.
Shopping for a refrigerator? Montgomery Ward has the best value of the year now. Our big 18 cubic foot frostless refrigerator with adjustable shelves, chip-resistant liner, and smudge-resistant textured surface. Just $499.99. Need a larger refrigerator? Our 20 cubic foot with side freezer has those same fine features. Just $599.99. In fact, every refrigerator and every freezer is on sale now at Montgomery Ward. But hurry, prices won't stay frozen for long.
Holy cow! Are you as confused as I am about these new tax laws? Thank goodness you can buy all the things you need with a fixed-rate second mortgage loan as low as today's prime rate of 7.5%. That's right, 7.5%. Best of all, the low interest payments may be fully deductible. Qualified homeowners get instant approval. Call the Money Store toll-free. Dial 1-800-221-9000.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Place of Nations, JT Rosero and Chad Campbell here. We want to let you know that we have over 24 podcasts available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and PlaceOfNation.com. We now offer them to you on 2 great feeds. The Place of Nation Wrestling feed, we dive into topics running the gamut from today's WWE to the glory days of yesteryear and the ins and outs of the territory days. In addition to our full-length shows, we also deliver to you special pod blasts on topics old and new.
The Place to Be Nation Pop feed is a veritable treasure trove of great content, offering tremendous shows covering the land of movies, television, life, comics, and sports, brought to you by the most knowledgeable and insightful folks in the podcast world.
You can find all these great shows, plus archives of our past podcasts from over the past 8 years as well by subscribing to both feeds on iTunes. And while you're there, be sure to rate and leave feedback as well. All of these shows, plus others, available on PlaceToBeNation.com, where we cover pro wrestling, sports, movies, comics, plus in-depth search projects, and much more. Be sure to support our site by using www.PlaceToBeNation.com/Amazon when doing your online shopping. We want to thank our friends at Boneheads Wing Bar, ProWrestlingOnly.com, and HistoryOfWrestling.com as well. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. PlaceToBeNation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
Episode 125. Submission numbers 021 and 837. Jeopardy, not in the 1960s to 1975, and not the syndicated Trebek version. Well, like we've said over the last couple of episodes, this episode was never meant to be timely.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
It was put off for such a time when we felt that we were able to do it, which happens to be this week, Thursday, January 7th, as we record this. Tomorrow is Alex Trebek's final episode. Honestly, I was kind of shook up by it. Of course, I've been a long-time fan of Jeopardy. I was actually on the show in 2018. And it was the culmination of a lifelong work and a lifelong dream. I think I speak for my compatriots Mike and Greg when I say that this episode will serve as a tribute to his indomitable spirit, his love of knowledge, and his love of adventure. We will miss you very much.
I'm going to need extra tissues tomorrow night. Oh, the waterworks are going to be going. I'm just saying that right now.
I'm with you there, brother. I am with you there.
I'm still in a little bit of denial almost. I mean, I know it's been almost 2 months since he passed, but I just still don't believe it. I mean, I know it happened, but I'm just in denial.
It's hard.
Well, I think once we have the first episode with Ken Jennings, that may change my mind a bit. But it's just very weird knowing, as you see these episodes, that he died, what was it, like 9 days after they were recorded?
Yeah, about a week after they were recorded.
It was like a week and a half, yeah. So I think that's, again, part of the surreality is they're new episodes, but the person hosting the shows passed away 2 months ago. It's very weird and
it's
maybe
surreal.
very complex. Yeah.
I won't lie to you. I've been going through the emotions ever since the news came around, and that it's like I was watching the shows over the last month, but they were all. It felt very surreal to me, as I know that it was all building up to a sort of an expiry date. Like, yes, there is an end point, and as soon as the end point is reached, Alex is not going to be at the podium. But the thing of it is, yes, Alex is gone, but the show continues. And I bet you they were thinking the same thing when Alex was chosen to be the host of Jeopardy, that he would never be as good as Art Fleming was.
Yes. And that's actually the subject of our episode.
Yes, this would be the non-original / non-1984 onward episodes of Jeopardy.
Yes.
So basically we're just saying the syndicated version, the nighttime version in 1974 and 75, and then Jeopardy in 1978 and 79.
Yeah.
Well, let's start off with the nighttime version in 74 and 75. There's not much to say about it because not much exists, but one of the interesting twists on it was there was a bonus prize at the end of the show. You didn't have returning champions because it was syndicated. You didn't have them coming over in the next episode the following week.
And I believe it was a weekly syndicated show.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely weekly syndicated. And there was a bonus prize for the top scorer that day, and that depended on how much money you won. Apparently, you could only bet in $5 increments because from $5 to $995 won you a compact car, which they mentioned is worth over $3,000. $1,000 to $1,495 won you a 1975 luxury car. Now, your definition of luxury might be different than mine. Does that mean a Cadillac? Does that mean a Lincoln? Is there a certain value of the car? Is it like between the compact car and the next prize up, which would be around $7,000? Your guess is as good as mine. $1,500 to $1,995 won you $10,000, and $2,000 or more won you $25,000. So, I mean, you could conceivably win well over $27,000 on this version. But also at the same point, how hard would it be to get $2,000? Just thinking about it, the values are 1/20th what they are nowadays.
Yeah, these were the same values as the daytime version in the 70s.
Yeah, so it was $10 to $50 in regular Jeopardy, and Double Jeopardy was $20 increments up to $100. So what that would mean is you'd have to win at least $40,000 on today's version to equal $2,000 back in 74, 75. How often does $40,000 happen on the current version, not including people like, let's say, Ken Jennings or Brad Rutter or James Holzhauer? Oh, coincidentally, The Chasers, starting tonight, ABC. Be there, 9 o'clock. Just saying.
Be there is another network, Mike.
Yeah, be watching.
Well, just be watching. That's the main point. But still, how many people win $40,000 a year? Not many. I would say, would you say under 5 is a fair estimate?
Yeah. We don't know the exact totals of people who won 2,000 on the original show, obviously.
But I'm just comparing it to the current version. I think the high number last season was like 44,000.
Okay.
Maybe outside of, I don't know if Jason Zeffirneri had anything over 40,000, but I thought I remember like 44,000 was the high watermark last season, or so said Trebek. So it's not a common thing. Definitely not very common. But the other thing about the show is they really glitzed it up. And really, for lack of a better word, what I mean by glitzed it up is they added lights everywhere. There were lights on the Jeopardy sign behind the contestants. There were chasing lights on each of the lecterns in front of the contestants. There were chase lights around the Final Jeopardy logo, because if you remember, they had their own separate display for Final Jeopardy, and they put lights around that. It was very glitzy. And also they changed the dollar amount font from that skinny font that was on the daytime shows up until the cancellation to a thicker, fancier font that really stood out. But it's the same old Jeopardy that we know and love. It's still 1 daily double in the first round, 2 daily doubles in the second round, Final Jeopardy. If you lose or don't win the game, I should say, everybody takes home their money. But if you're not the big winner, you get your set of encyclopedias. And I'm sure even the first place winner got the encyclopedias on top of the card. But again, we don't really know because there's very little footage of this version out there.
Yeah, there's only one episode that's on YouTube, and it's in black and white.
Yeah.
And it was amazing when this was found a couple of years ago.
It was. I think this was originally broadcast in color, but for some reason it was recorded in black and white on YouTube. So,
Well, that's the technology they had back then for videotape recording.
Mm-hmm.
It was black and white. It wasn't necessarily all color yet.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly preserved either. I don't think Metro Media, who is in the business of distributing this version of Jeopardy in syndication, was in the position to actually preserve episodes of this sort of thing.
But that's not the main reason we're here.
No.
The meat and potatoes of the episode is coming up now, talking about actually kind of sort of two versions. We're going to talk about the 1978-79 version that was on NBC, but we're also going to talk about the 1977 CBS pilot.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to start our story with the pilot A of Jeopardy, done for CBS in 1977. It was recorded on March 6th of 1977. And I think we assumed universally, at least among the three of us, that this was made to replace Double Dare.
The 1976 version of Double Dare.
Yeah. And I think the reason we believe this is because, A, it was for CBS. There's actually a CBS slate on it. But also, it's a very similar show. It's a very thinking man's type of show. And it would almost make sense that you get rid of one sort of thinking man's type of show, even though it was good, and we've covered it in the past, and replace it with a legendary show, but oh boy, what was on the pilot definitely did not make it to air, and that's very much so for the better, for the most part.
Yeah, because I've seen it. You showed me it. It's weird.
Well, the weird part, and this isn't even a joke, each contestant has 30 seconds to start in the Jeopardy round and clear off as much of the board as they can in 30 seconds. So you get 30 seconds, unfettered access to the board. You get the money if you're correct. You lose the money if you're wrong. But also, if you're wrong, that clue stays on the board.
Yes, that's the twist.
Yeah, but also it's sort of flawed because that's a severe advantage specifically for the last player, but more or less for both the second and third players, because they can go back and pick up what was missed by, again, previous players. So player one does not have that advantage. They just have the crack at the board, and they can't go back and pick the same clue again within that 30 seconds. The dollar values are the same as the 78-79 version. It's 25, 50, 75, 100, 125 in the first round, and then double it to 50 down to 250 in multiples of $50 for round two. So it's pretty much the same game in that form. But this 30-second speed round is so weird, so awkward. And again, it's inherently flawed because player one does not have the same advantages as player two and player three. And actually, in the pilot, somebody did miss one of the clues, and one of the other people picked it up. So there's one issue already, and we're, not even like 5 minutes into the show.
Right.
But after everybody gets their 30 seconds speed round, if you will, solo round at the board, we play regular Jeopardy, not for terribly long. I mean, we've probably cleared a good, I'd say 40% of the board at this point. So the Jeopardy round only lasts maybe about 5 minutes, not terribly long. And just like the single Jeopardy round in the 78-79 version, the top two scores advance to the double Jeopardy round, and third place is gone. And I should add, the set's the same as the 78-79 set. You had that giant asterisk behind Art Fleming. But one interesting thing that they did in the pilot that they didn't do on the real version, or at least I haven't seen it on any of the episodes on YouTube, they actually showed the rotating of the board from single Jeopardy to double Jeopardy.
Ooh.
It was basically a giant trilon. It was a 3-sided figure, and it just rotated 120 degrees clockwise, and you went from Jeopardy to double Jeopardy. And I would assume that the Super Jeopardy round was done there. Oh, we'll get to the Super Jeopardy round in a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean right now. And then at the end of the show, at the end of the game, there wasn't Final Jeopardy. Time's bell rings. Whoever has the most money goes on to Super Jeopardy. I almost feel like I should have an echo effect there. Super Jeopardy.
Super.
And the way the Super Jeopardy round played, it was sort of used later in
That Guy
card. Yeah, if you think about it, that is basically the
That Guy
card bonus round, where you have to get 5 in a row, up and down, diagonally, or side to side. The only difference between what aired in 78 and 79 and this version, the pilot, is it's actually a 90-second timed round. In this version, if you don't get 5 in a row before time runs out, you get $100 per correct answer. That's the way it was on the NBC version, the 78-79 version. If you got 3 strikes, you got $100 per correct answer. But at least on this pilot, you got $5,000 if you got 5 in a row without any misses, without any blemishes. Now, this didn't sell to CBS. They did get rid of Double Dare about a month later, but it's very coincidental that another highbrow smart quiz show, a pilot was being filmed right about a month before Double Dare got the can.
And ironically, this was to replace potentially a show hosted by Alex Trebek.
Hey, that's another way of looking at it, too. That's a very good point. So when Double Dare was canceled, it wasn't replaced by Jeopardy. It wasn't even replaced by another game. It was replaced with reruns of Here's Lucy. Like 10-year-old reruns of Here's Lucy?
10-year-old reruns of Here's Lucy.
Jeez. I mean, they could have gone All in the Family or any number of shows. Maude was still on at that time, even though maybe you don't want to necessarily air Maude as a daytime show in 1977. But yeah, they replaced Double Dare with Here's Lucy. Jeopardy got the shaft. Well, it only got the shaft for a hair over a year because it ended up on NBC, as we've been saying. The all-new Jeopardy on NBC in 1978 and 79 ran from October 2nd, 1978 to March 2nd, 1979 for 108 episodes.
This is Jeopardy! Now entering the studio are today's contestants. First, a program administrator from Irvine, California, Doug Wilson. And a textbook sales representative from Santa Monica, Susan Saltrick. And our returning champion, a laboratory instructor from Los Angeles, California, who so far has won a total of $24,525, Charlie Sider. And now, entering the studio is the host of Jeopardy, Art Fleming.
Thank you. Thank you, John Harlan. Thank you, my friends. Thank you so much. And, of course, thank you, our players. Thank you. And welcome to Jeopardy, America's favorite answer and question game, where, of course, we give you the answers and you must come up with a question.
And of course, people of a certain age, me, remember that as like furniture description music on Wheel of Fortune back in the mid-'80s.
Oh yeah, when they
I do remember it now that you mention it.
When they
I thought the theme sounded familiar. I really did.
With the subtle tone of Jack Clark talking about a beautiful diamond and turquoise ring valued at $8,000.
When you compare that with the loud, incredibly quick, almost staccato, fine print reading voice of John Harlan.
Hey, he was great on American Gladiators.
I didn't say he wasn't great on American Gladiators. I'm saying he was different from Jack Clark. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Jack Clark was very subtle, very. I mean, he was not a bombastic, overpowering voice, but he was very soothing. His voice was silky smooth.
And folks, we'll be talking about Jack Clark later this year when we talk about the 1985 Now You See It pilot.
Oh, yeah. He was actually really good on that pilot, but I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah. So now it's 1978, not 1977, and we're back to a more normal type of Jeopardy. We don't have a 30-second speed round. We just go in and play Jeopardy like it was meant to be played. 3 people at the board together, fighting for control of the buzzer and the categories. None of this, I'm going to play the board for 30 seconds and I'm going to wipe out. Somebody could have easily wiped out all the big money categories in the pilot. That would screw over a player or possibly 2 players. Because if you got, what would that be, $750 in 30 seconds? There's no way you're not advancing. You could just be like, hold your hands up. Nope, I'm not touching the buzzer till double Jeopardy. And the other 2 would be scrambling for survival.
Basically.
Yeah. Plus, also, we don't know what happened with the daily double. Because what if you encounter the daily double in that speed round? I'm sure it's not on there, but what if pre-chosen category or pre-chosen clue is the daily double? Do you have a backup just in case, or even a backup to the backup? I mean, these are questions we'll never have answered, but it's an interesting hypothetical. But so, yeah, we're into regular Jeopardy as we know and love, kind of. $25, $50, $75, $100, $125 in single Jeopardy. And once single Jeopardy is done, either by the clearing of the board or the ringing of the bell, top 2 people advance. And then those 2 people play double Jeopardy, same way as we've ever known. 2 daily doubles. Dollar values now are $50, $100, $150, $200, $250. And then when the bell rings, whoever is leading is the day's champ and goes to play Super Jeopardy. And Super Jeopardy, the only difference between the pilot and this now, there's no clock. It's 3 strikes and you're out.
I like this.
I would say it's potentially better than what was on the pilot, just because you've got to think about how you're going to play the board. I mean, Do you want to run one category? I think the level of difficulty increases as you go down. So you could, try to clear out all the ones at the top. And I don't even know who would try and do that diagonal, because you'd have to be good at categories on either end. And if those aren't good categories for you, would you necessarily want to take a 4 or 5 in those categories? But I think the 3 strikes works out a lot better than the timer. But also, we should mention the prize structure. Oh, my gosh. This is where you break out the slide rule.
Oh,
well, it's not too bad. The first time you play Super Jeopardy, you're playing for $5,000.
Yep.
Pretty straightforward. The second time you play Super Jeopardy is $7,500.
Yes.
The third time is $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Then $12,500, and then $15,000. You're retired after 5 games. I mean, that's pretty much been the rule for Jeopardy from the beginning until 17 years ago.
2003.
Yeah,
I thought it was 2004. Okay.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, 2003, because 2003-04 was the first year they got rid of the rule, and that was obviously when Ken Jennings had the big run.
That's right, because he started in spring of 2004. That's right. So that's the game. I mean, you could win over $50,000, but you got to be perfect on Super Jeopardy 5 times. And the question writing was the same as it ever was. It was great. Good writing. It's just the weirdness, the awkwardness of, okay, we're going to take the top 2 of you after the first round. Third place person doesn't even get a chance to make a comeback. And gosh knows how many times have we seen a third place person come back because they were a little nervous or just weren't used to the timing of the buzzer, or they hit a daily double. And gosh knows that's the game changer right there. And the third place person doesn't even get that opportunity. I do wonder now that I think about it, was this maybe a money-saving measure? Because at least remember on the original Jeopardy, everybody got to keep whatever they won.
Yes.
Yeah. So was this a case of, okay, you know what? Third place, you're out of here. Enjoy your $75 and your rice-a-roni.
Yeah, I think it's probably that's the case because with the increased dollar values, NBC probably did want to give a lot of money.
And, figuring what they had at the time, they had Wheel of Fortune, which could get a little pricey, especially if somebody gets very lucky hitting the $1,500 or $2,000 space. And they had Card Sharks, and gosh knows we've seen our fair share of people win well over $20,000 at the money cards.
Norma Brown, hello.
Yeah, Norma Brown is like number one. And then there was a kid, I believe it was Christmas of '79, who hit like for $22,400. A kid. Dad didn't say, hold back. This is your college fund. Let's like put a little to the side. Play it safe. No, this kid is like, I'm like going for broke or almost for broke.
Wasn't that for a savings bond?
I know that was on the Eubanks version. The Eubanks version said, I think like prizes up to $2,500 were cash, and anything over was a savings bond. I don't know necessarily if that was the case on the Perry version. Maybe it was some sort of CBS rule. I'm talking out of my posterior here, but it may have been a CBS rule that, okay, we'll give up to $2,500 to kids, but anything over that, and we'll make it a savings bond, which will mature in 7 years or what have you. But yeah, this version, it did not run long. Like I said, October 2nd to March 2nd. So that's 5 months on the nose, 108 episodes, and there's plenty of episodes on YouTube. At least one episode has aired on Game Show Network because, actually, again, this is sort of timely because we just had New Year's. Their Y2 Play Marathon on New Year's Eve of 1999, with takeoff of Y2K, tee-hee-hee, they showed the final Jeopardy from 1978. But in addition, I don't know exactly how many episodes are on YouTube, but I believe the number is at least 5. Because there's a Tournament of Champions episode up there. There's the premiere. There's one that was recorded by one of the contestants. So there's got to be at least a good 5 or 6 other episodes up there besides the final episode.
That's crazy. There was a Tournament of Champions on this version of Jeopardy for a version that only lasted 5 months.
I haven't seen the episode in a while, and I don't know if it was from just the winners of the 78-79 version, or if it was
winners from the daytime version in the 60s and 70s.
From later in the 60s and 70s. Maybe they didn't have a Tournament of Champions proper after, say, mid-74 because they were canceled early 75. So maybe they brought back the champions from the last 6 months of the 74 version. But also, it's very possible in terms of a Tournament of Champions, nobody ever said that their tournament had to have 15 players like what we know and love. Maybe their version was maybe a 2-day affair with, say, 3 people. I really don't know.
Well, one thing I want to note is one of the contestants on the 78-79 version of Jeopardy, and if you look at my Zoom background, my Zoom background here, the guy on, I believe, the right side of the image, you people who are listening audio have no idea what I'm talking about. Because you're not looking at Zoom like they are, but okay. One of the contestants on the 78-79 premiere of Jeopardy back on October 2nd, 1978 was a contestant by the name of Jim Niles. Now, Jim Niles would appear later in 1984 in January on Press Your Luck on CBS.
Yes.
He was on the January 26th, 84 episode, and he did not win that episode. So he was only on for that one episode in January of 84. But I just thought I'd want to mention that. So
there you go.
we should also add that Jeopardy, when it premiered, it aired at 10:30 a.m.
Yeah.
So it was right between two new shows at that point, or relatively new shows, Card Sharks and the new High Rollers. Again, oddly enough, hosted by Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
The new High Rollers. And then in January of 1979, specifically January 8th of 1979, it moved to a new time slot. It moved from 10:30, maybe because ratings weren't doing so well, which I can understand, given where it moved. It moved back to noon. And remember, Jeopardy for ages in the 60s and 70s was noontime fare. So it moved back to its noontime. However, that only lasted for a hair under 2 months. And actually, it was replaced on at the 10:30 time slot by, and I'm pretty sure this is definitely a submission. And if it isn't, I'm adding it because I love this show. All-Star Secrets.
I'm looking at it right now. All-Star Secrets.
I've heard the name. I don't know what All-Star Secrets is about.
I don't know what it's about either. All I know is that it was short-lived and, yeah.
And it had a kick-ass theme song.
That's all we know. That's all we know about it.
No, we know a lot more than that. All-Star Secrets was a Bob Eubanks show. There were 5 celebrities on for the entirety of the week. And more or less, think of it as sort of a kind of like Tattletales, but not with somebody's spouse. Bob Eubanks would read a statement, a quote-unquote secret about a celebrity, and the contestants had to identify which celebrity that statement was about. And then at the end of every show, there was like a bigger secret that was revealed to one of the celebrities. Like, for example, Artie Johnson was on, and the end of that episode was a tale about how he went to a bar in Montreal and he got a bowl of peanuts dumped on him because the person that dumped the peanuts on him thought he was Bobby Riggs. And this is about the time of the Battle of the Sexes. So somebody thought he was Bobby Riggs and was a sexist and all that, got a bowl of peanuts dropped on his head.
Yeah, I can see
totally see that.
Considering Artie Johnson and Bobby Riggs have a resemblance to each other, especially with the hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so what happened? Somebody dumped a bowl of peanuts on Artie Johnson's head, and it happened to be Bobby Riggs.
Oh my God! You can't make this stuff up, folks.
Yeah, there's some really good secrets on this version where there was one involving Ross Martin, and his dream was to always conduct an orchestra. And this is out there because I know Adam Neediff, good friend of ours, hosted it. I believe it was either on his Game Show Utopia Facebook page or maybe it was the Bill Cullen Archive. No, Ross Martin wasn't on that week. It's out there somewhere. But yeah, All-Star Secrets replaced Jeopardy at 10:30 in the morning. And then 2 months later, Jeopardy's gone. Actually, there's a whole bunch of changes in the lineup at this point. Jeopardy's gone. Password Plus moves from 12:30 to noon. Hollywood Squares goes from 1 p.m. to 12:30. Days of Our Lives gets bumped up half an hour too, from 1 to 2 p.m. The Doctors moves up half an hour. So everything moved up half an hour. Doctors moved to 2 p.m. And then Another World gained that Jeopardy half an hour, expanding to 90 minutes. I really feel we need a slide rule just to explain that schedule change on March 5th of 79.
Now, if you've been watching any of the Password Plus reruns on Buzzer, I believe, doesn't Alan mention about Tell Your Friends Where We Are? Because the show, I think you told me, Mike, that it was constantly switching time slots around 79, 80.
I'm looking right now. I could tell you the time slots. It's premiered on January 8th of 79 at 12:30 p.m. So it was on right after Jeopardy. Then it moved to noon after Jeopardy got canceled. And then August of 79, it moved back to 12:30.
Yeah.
That's I'm gonna need a corkboard and some red yarn. Dude.
Yeah, because I mentioned this to you, Mike, last year. Because when I saw Alan talk about it, my theory was, okay, this was my theory at the time when I told this to you, because remember what came onto the NBC daytime schedule the following year in 1980?
The David Letterman show.
And it replaced 3 game shows.
And replaced 3 game shows, Hollywood Squares, Chain Reaction, and...
High Rollers.
High Rollers, yeah.
So I was thinking, was Password Plus one of the 3 shows? And my thinking was, Alan and Dave knew each other back then. Because remember, Dave was on Password Plus.
Yeah.
Dave was also on the Liars Club, which Alan Ludden hosted. So I was thinking, did Dave give Alan any advance notice that this was happening? Is he was getting a show or what?
Well, Hollywood Squares was in its dying days. It was not the same since Paul Lynde left. And Chain Reaction, I don't know. I love Chain Reaction.
Yeah, me too. It was not going to be a show that lasted long.
No,
definitely not. Even though, oh, hey, surprise, it's going to be rebooted by GSN in the next month or so. New episodes premiere in February.
Wink, wink.
With Dylan Lane back as host.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
To quote our good friend Kimberly Donna Baum, oh, honey.
Dylan Lane now looks like a bald Dr. No.
Hey, bald is sexy.
Hey, I did that college basketball coach's streak. That's now a streak of 2 straight episodes with a James Bond reference.
Yay!
Oh,
because we're doing things all new in 2021.
You're damn right we are.
Going back to Password Plus, and then it moved to 11:30, so it's went from 12:30 to noon. Now it's on at 11, and then back to 12:30, and now it's going to 11:30, and that's in August of 1980. I believe that was when Letterman's show got cut down to a full hour instead of an hour and a half. And then Password Plus, hey, let's go back to noon, October of 1981.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and I think that's where it died because, looking when it was replaced in March of 1982, it was replaced by The Doctors. Not that one, the soap opera.
The soap opera, The Doctors?
So it was on at 11:30, it was on at noon, it was on at 12:30. It had like 5 different time slots, albeit only 3 were unique.
So it's just really hard to follow then.
So that's why Alan Ludden said, ask your friends where we're at.
Bet you dollars to donuts he didn't even know himself.
Yeah, you didn't want to tune in to Password Plus and find out, oh, darn it, I'm watching another episode of All-Star Secrets. Even though
actually, if you were looking for an episode of Password Plus, you didn't want to catch yourself watching the David Letterman show. Although maybe you did. I don't know.
Who knows what housewives were doing watching NBC in 1980?
They're waiting for Blockbusters to start? I don't know.
Yeah, they're waiting for Las Vegas Gambit. They're waiting for the Las Vegas Gambit
Las Vegas Gambit show.
But yeah, back to
NBC.
Yeah, back to Jeopardy 78.
Yeah, it's like where did this go wrong? Where can we begin? It seems like this show is trying to reinvent the wheel. I mean, Jeopardy is a good enough game to stand on its own. It doesn't need any tricks. You don't need to knock out one player after the first round like it's supposed to, beef up competition or something. No, it doesn't need that. You make Double Jeopardy that much more boring if you knock out one of the players.
But Chico, it was the 70s. It was looking for a gimmick.
That's what a lot of game shows that got updated had back then. They got updated for a modern audience in the 70s. Like Match Game got updated for a modern audience. The Price is Right got updated for a modern audience. Password, as we mentioned, with Password Plus got updated for a modern audience. So they were probably thinking, let's do the same thing with Jeopardy.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Jeopardy doesn't need any help.
We know that now, but I mean, they didn't in 1978.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you guys on that. I think just the updated set is enough, but it's NBC. And wait, this was 78, 79. This would have been about the time Fred Silverman came aboard.
Oh God!
Just saying.
That explains it.
Maybe it was Fred Silverman who put his hands in there and said, "Okay, we do want Jeopardy back, but we're going to do this Super Jeopardy round, and who knows?"
And we're also going to move it to California because that's where everything happens now.
Yeah.
It was a very different show in California.
Yeah, it looked different. It had a high-tech flair, at least high-tech for 79. You didn't have the scoreboard that you had on the NBC version originally. You actually had like the dot matrix light bulbs.
Yeah.
So yeah, they tried updating it for a new audience, but yeah, it didn't work. Good thing we can say that the next update really did it justice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, they had to get through two literally gigantic computers.
Well, that was the craze back in the early to mid 80s.
Yeah.
The home computers. But thank heavens that the show was rebooted, because not all old shows get rebooted after a 5-month flop.
No.
And some do. Thank heavens we have a Card Sharks after Card Sharks in 2001.
Oh,
even though I don't know if this Card Sharks is going to last another season. But yeah, I mean, it didn't kill off the franchise. And then the franchise came back 5 years later, and we're still talking about it. It's still in the air 37 plus years later.
Yeah.
Yep.
So something must have gone right.
Yeah. Well,
I think we need a proper close.
Well, hold up, Mike. Before we do, guys.
We don't have a proper close. We have this.
I got one thing to say to you guys.
What's that?
It's time for eBay Prices Right. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're bidding on, guys, is a lot of 3 vintage Jeopardy board games. Now, these are from Milton Bradley. It's the 4th edition of Jeopardy, the 7th edition of Jeopardy, and it's the 8th edition of Jeopardy. So you're bidding on the lot. I'll read the description. The 7th and 8th edition seem complete to the seller, according to the seller, to the parts list, but he's unsure of the 4th edition, but he says, looks okay. So you're bidding on...
It looks okay.
Looks okay. Looks okay to me. Okay, so you're bidding on the lot of 3 vintage Jeopardy board games. And I will start the bidding with Mike.
Okay. Thinking of how much I've paid for Jeopardy board games in the past, and actually one of them is the 4th edition. I don't want to tip off Chico. I'm going to just say $14.99.
Chico?
I'm going to say $17.99.
You have both overbid.
Oh, good. I thought I was going to say, I thought they'd be a little bit higher. I was thinking closer to like $20 or $30, but okay, good. This is a reasonable price then.
Okay, so you're going to go lower than $14.99.
Okay. I'll go $11.99.
Chico?
10 even.
The price of the lot of 3 vintage Jeopardy board games. Mike, you were so close with your original bid. $14.88.
Wow. And those were and one of those games, it looks okay.
Yeah, it looks okay.
We're good. Don't worry about it. It looks good.
Looks good.
Looks good.
Oh, it looks good.
Looks good.
Oh, it looks good.
Looks good.
Oh, it looks good.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about the 4th edition. It looks fine to me.
It's got only 2 games worth of categories and stuff of clues. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's like,
don't worry about it. It's good.
Like, it's like 3% complete. It's still good. It's still good.
It's like Homer Simpson with the flying pig.
Yeah, it's got a little dirt on it. It's still good. It's still good.
Sure, it's just a little wet. It's still good. It's still good. Sure, it's just a little flying. It's still good. It's still good. It's gone, Dad. I know.
So yeah, pick up that it's still good. It's still good board game if you want.
It's not the worst board game you could ever buy.
It's dated though. That's the one thing is the material is very dated.
Well, you could make your own clues.
Well, you could make your own,
totally.
but that's a lot of work though when you're talking about.
It really is a lot of work. Have you ever written your own game of Jeopardy, Greg? That is labor intensive.
It is. It's a labor of love. But yeah, the Jeopardy games from the 60s and 70s, especially the 60s, which the 4th edition would be from the 60s, extremely dated, very difficult. And actually, that's like the case for a lot of board games from the 60s. Uses a lot of 60s-centric material, and even when you're talking about close to the 60s, you're talking about the 50s and 40s. For heaven's sake, the 40s were 80 years ago. So it's not contemporary.
Yikes. The 40s were 80 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, later this year, when we talk about Pearl Harbor, that will be the 80th anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing to think that, but now that we all feel really old, I think we need to phrase our closure in the form of a question.
The answer is Jeopardy, not involving the original run on NBC or Alex Trebek's run from '84. Mike.
What is the thing on TV?
Correct. Select again.
I'll take podcast websites for 400.
The answer is where you can find all 125 episodes, plus minisodes and live shows of It Was a Thing on TV.
What is
Greg?
What is It Was a Thing on TV.com?
Correct. You select.
I'll take where else you can find this fine podcast for 800.
And the answer is weekly drops of It Was a Thing on TV are available at this website.
What is Place to Be Nation Pop?
And what are we dropping this week, Greg?
We're dropping the Morton Downey Jr. show and the 2020 year in review, which just dropped yesterday as of the date we're releasing this episode. So you can relive the fun times we had recapping mostly everything that happened in television in the year 2020.
Yep. And
I don't think that's the correct answer. He gave way too much information.
Oh, whatever, Mike.
I'm trying to lock in. My buzzer's not working.
Okay. Well, that's it for the show. Remember, we are available wherever fine podcasts can be streamed. And of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And Mike, your Final Jeopardy category is YouTube. The clue is what to do in order to gain access to new content.
Okay, let me write it down.
Do 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 do
Now that we've changed pictures, it's time to see what Mike wrote. What did you? See what I did there, Greg? You see what I did there?
Yeah, I wrote, why did half the podcast listening audience fast forward past the last 30 seconds?
Judges?
No, it is what is Ring My Bell.
Well, I had that down too, but what is the fact that most of the people listening to the podcast did fast forward through 30 seconds of Jeopardy music by Greg? But yeah, what is Ring Our Bell, please? Subscribe.
Yes.
Yeah. And also follow us on Twitter if you haven't followed us on Twitter, because as of the time of recording, we are only 3 Twitter followers away from 50.
I know a lot of you download. We've gotten up to 15,000 downloads.
We just hit it today as we're recording this.
Yes. I would love it if those downloaders would go to our Twitter feed and subscribe. We put some class stuff on our Twitter feed.
Yeah, we do. If you just like us on Facebook, I mean, come on. You can at least go over to Jack Dorsey's Hate Box and follow us there.
Yeah, come on over. We actually post a lot more on Twitter than we do on Facebook.
Yep, we do.
And there's Instagram too, which I think we're right about 50 followers at this point.
There you go. So, yeah, don't forget to follow us on all social media at It Was a Thing on TV. Next week's show, what do we have next week?
Greg put it in the little preview montage we had after the year in review show. The first episode was, there was a reference in there. And we're definitely going to be talking about that reference because I think the first time the three of us heard that reference, I think all our jaws dropped. Our jaws
did they really say that?
They really said that.
They really said that. And we're like, okay, we need to find it, and then we need to actually hear it again.
I guarantee you Brandon Stoddard had a stroke probably when he heard that.
Oh, yeah. Somebody had
a stroke.
We'll definitely be talking about that next week, but there's actually a whole series beyond that 10-second segment. But, this is one that sort of got inspired by some recent episodes of the Match Game Hollywood Squares we saw. We did a little bit of research, and we're like, okay, we got to cover this as soon as possible.
And so we're going to cover it.
Yeah, yep. and the second episode, we're actually going to dip our toes back in the game show well again.
Oh, yeah.
Because gosh knows you guys don't mind listening to that.
Yeah.
Let's just say I like trivia.
Oh, who doesn't like trivia?
Trivia is awesome. Trivia is life, you know.
Do you like traps?
Do I like traps? Well, I do know that in the wonderful world of trivia, even a right answer can lead you to a trap.
Yeah. But you know who likes traps, Chico?
Who likes traps?
Admiral Akbar.
I was
How
hoping
come we haven't seen him on The Mandalorian yet?
Okay, I was really hoping you were going to say George Wendt likes traps. Oh, George Wendt also likes beans.
Awkward. Awkward. Awkward.
Well, get back to Chico saying, I'm surprised we didn't see him in The Mandalorian. He's right! We saw, like a bunch of Mon Calamari. We was Admiral Akbar in the second season of The Mandalorian.
I guess they're holding him out for the third. I don't know.
Yeah, especially considering who appeared in the last 20 minutes of season.
No spoilers.
Yeah.
Not spoil it.
Although it's been like almost a month. If you haven't watched the final episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian, come on.
What are you even doing with your life? Come on.
We recorded a podcast about this on our Podbean feed. Come on, guys. And by the way, we also have a special mini-sode that week.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's a song from the 80s.
It's a song from the 80s, sung by a television personality from the 1980s.
And gosh knows enough of them sang songs in the 1980s.
Everybody who was on television sang a song in the 1980s.
Yeah,
We're not going to tell you who, but
Yeah, but there's a reason why we picked this. I picked this music video and why we had to discuss this as a mini-sode.
I want to hear this, but not right now.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week when we'll have 2 and things on TV and then a mini-sode about a thing on TV. But until then, I've been Greg, that was Mike, and that was Chico. We'll be back here next week with a couple more things on TV. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Wow!
Oh, thank you. Have a surprise for one of our stars. Like I tell you, Artie Johnson, please join me. Hurry, Artie. We only have a few seconds, Artie. Okay, now you told us
for Billy Carter.
Now you told us Artie, that people confuse you with other people. A lady actually dumped a bowl of peanuts on your head because she thought you were Bobby Riggs.
Yes.
Well, you haven't seen that lady since that incident, and you think she's still somewhere in Canada. Well, Artie, here's your chance to get back at that lady. So come over here now. Come over here. I want you to get up on the ladder.
Yes.
Hop up on the ladder.
Yes.
Right? Go ahead. Get up on the ladder.
Yes.
Now,
I got a feeling it's my wife.
No. Stand right up on the ladder.
Yes.
Right? All the way. One more step.
I get
No, you're all right. I'll hold you. One more.
I can't stand
Okay, now, here's your chance to get even with that person that caused all of that problem. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Riggs! We've got to go. Thank you, Bill Cullen, Della Reese, John Shack, Nanette Fabre, Artie Johnson, and Bobby Riggs. And I'm Bob Eubanks. We'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer.
Live Show 4. Nickelodeon's coverage of the 2021 NFL Wildcard Game. Nickelodeon's coverage of the 2021 NFL Wildcard Game occurred on January 10th, 2021 between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. So yes, we're covering another induction in a live show as it's happening. Right now we're in the second half between the New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears in the 2021 NFL playoffs.
By the way, the score is Saints 7, Bears 3.
Yeah. And this is everything we hoped it would be.
Yeah, and more. Should note that CBS is producing the broadcast for Nickelodeon and the NFL. And I'm waiting for the whole thing to end so I can see how they managed to sign it off.
Oh, yeah. That'd be so terrific. Okay.
Because I am a complete and utter broadcast nerd like that.
Oh, look at this. All right, so the Bears have it like at the 25 or I think he got to like, what, the 30?
Yep.
Oh, he got to about the 33.
Okay.
All right. I'll tell you right. Oh, another thing. This is a very historic. This is a history-making broadcast because Gabrielle Nevaeh Green, of all that, the first female to call an NFL game.
Really?
Yes, really.
Well, I think actually no, because she'd be the second. Because didn't Beth Moyens call a Monday Night Football game a couple years ago?
I don't know. Did she?
Yeah, because I remember Beth Moyens called the Jets-Lions game in 2018 for Monday Night Football.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, at the very least, she's probably she'd be the first non-white female to call a football game, but also at the same time, she's probably the first female under the age of 18, I would guess.
Yeah, so that's historic. And also, we got young Sheldon explaining the flags.
Thanks, Ian Armitage.
Because, of course, young Sheldon.
By the way, there's going to be 3 episodes of Young Sheldon on Nick at Night right after this.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be exciting.
Why are you watching that when there's a perfectly good Browns game going on?
Because who cares?
Oh, I'm going to say what I had to say like about 3 or 4 times this past episode that's coming up tonight. Oh, shut up.
Oh. I love that Nate Burleson is speaking to the kids watching this game.
Yeah.
He totally gets it.
It's like, some would argue that Nate Burleson is a kid.
Yeah. as Alan
Well,
Robinson.
he'd only be about 30. Oh no, he'd be about 40 now or so. He was drafted in 01.
Yeah, he'd be 41 right now.
Yeah.
And he's a young-looking 41.
He is a young-looking 41.
Yep.
And now we get all the stats about Alan Robinson. With bears in the receptions and yards. And then I love the cutaways like Gak.
Yep. It's like there is no shortage of slime on the field at all. No shortage.
And then the best part is whenever you score a touchdown, you get virtually slimed. And look at that award they got for the MVP of the game.
It is fire.
It is amazing. It's a trophy. They put Gak and a Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award blimp on it. Oh my god!
I have no idea who Lex Lumpkin was trying to do there.
I'm sorry. I'd rather have a piece of the Agra Crag.
Oh, I would too. But that's the next.
That was a missed opportunity there.
That was a missed opportunity. They should have gotten something that looked like the Aggro Crag.
Yeah, but how many of the current kids would recognize that?
Well, they haven't rebooted. Well, no, they did reboot.
They
Guts.
rebooted. Yeah, they rebooted Guts like 15 or 10 or so years ago.
Oh yeah.
They need to reboot it again.
Yeah, they need to reboot it so Ben Lyons doesn't infect it.
Oh hell.
Oh, I'm sorry. Better make sure he's not listening, or else he'll send you a mean Twitter reply. Oh. Hands underneath the ball. All right, that's a run. 2-3 yards. We're not sure if we're legally allowed to call what's going on the field.
Oh, we're not. I don't think we are.
Oh no.
We're not showing video footage nor audio, so I think we're cool.
Okay, yeah. So this is Mike Francesa style with the TV muted. Although I think my audio's on, but who cares?
Hey, there's Mike Francesa. There's Mike Francesa right here.
Oh
6:32. Here's the McMahon.
Second down here, and you got sacked there. You got sacked by Sheldon Rankins.
Young Sheldon Rankins.
Hey, young Sheldon, did you know I'm at Secretariat?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, I'll tell you what. He was this big race horse, and I'll tell you he would run around and he'd beat the entire field. Let me tell you.
Now, you see, I thought the answer was either going to be I don't know who that is, or young Sheldon would be going into all the physics and chemistry about horses.
Horse.
Did you know that the Greek name for horse is Equus? Oh, and the person who played Harry Potter was in Equus. He was naked during that, so I couldn't see that play.
Oh my!
Why?
Why?
Just why?
Why?
I'm sort of upset that I couldn't come up with the name of the guy who played Harry Potter.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, well, that tells you how many Harry Potter movies I've seen.
Well, he's also on a hit show on TBS.
I have not seen that show. I know what show you're talking about.
You don't know what you're missing.
Well, I stopped watching TBS comedies once they got rid of Angie Tribeca and The Detour, even though the last season of The Detour really sucked. And also, I know also I'm totally missing out on the OG.
Oh yeah, because Tracy Morgan. And we got I don't know what that ref is writing on that notepad. Oh yeah, Somebody's gonna get slimed tonight. Someone's gonna get slimed for real. They got the slime bucket up.
Gabby's got the bucket.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they mention that the person who wins that award is going to get slimed?
Yeah, whoever wins the award, I think, is going to get slimed.
Or I thought I saw earlier that Sean Payton mentioned he didn't mind getting slimed if he won the game.
Oh, that would be awesome! I would love it.
I would love. You know what? That would be so cool.
Sean Payton seems like a guy who'd be like a total sport. He would love to get slimed. I'm sure he's been wanting to get slimed on Nickelodeon all his life.
Wait. Oh! They pulled Mitch Trubisky.
Oh.
Unsportsmanlike.
Oh. You know what? It's a shame Nick Foles is not quarterbacking in this game. Because the game's on Nick.
Well, you just might now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's one thing about Nick Foles that they won't mention on this broadcast, if you know what I mean.
Oh, shut up!
You know what?
Big Nick action.
Yeah.
Or big Nick energy.
That might be on Nick at Night.
Right after Friends.
Yeah, sometime after a George Lopez rerun about 5 in.
Oh, yeah.
Or you might have to subscribe to Nick Plus to hear that one.
All right, we got a fair catch at the 15, so yeah, we got a break in the action right here.
Not a long punt, but it was within the 20, so it was a good strategic punt.
It was a good strategic punt.
And we're still at 3-7.
Dude, does anyone ever start a score with the losing team's score first?
No.
Well, overseas, I think.
Okay. Well, that doesn't matter. So while we have this break in the action, I think we've been talking about all the games we've gotten lately. I think, Chico, you said you got Power Rangers Battle for the Grid on Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got the PS4 version from Limited Run Games a while back. And Mike, you said you got like a bunch of Switch credit.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, this may not be valid once this goes to download. But Walmart, they had $70 Switch, or not Switch credits, but Nintendo eShop credits for under $50, limit 2 per person. And I got that this afternoon, but
hold up, time out. This is amazing. Look at this. We got a Die Hard commercial with Bruce Willis as John McClane.
I'm like, and the kids are going to ask their parents, what's Die Hard?
And
the dad's going to say, well, Die Hard is Daddy's favorite Christmas movie.
Until his mommy then corrects him and says, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, dang it.
Oh, you're wrong, Mike. It is a Christmas movie.
Not in my household.
Oh, you and Dan O'Toole can go sit in a corner. That's what I have to say about that. But okay, we were talking about the Switch credit you got.
So yeah, before you offended me with all this stuff about Die Hard being a Christmas movie, I had mentioned this afternoon on Walmart's website, $70 Switch credit, or again, Nintendo eShop credit, I apologize, was going for $49 and change. And I picked up 2. It allowed you to buy 2 of them. So I got $140 credit for about under $100 actually. Problem is, it's been 3.5 hours and I have not received the codes yet. So I'm at this stage wondering if they're going to cancel it. Because the thing is, on their site, every other form of Nintendo credit was face value. So yeah, $10 was $10.
Yeah.
20 was 20, so on and so forth. So I don't know if they made an error in their system or if I just sort of got lucky and hit the jackpot. But we'll see. And the thing is,
okay.
I know the game's back on.
Yeah, well, I just was going to mention Kimura fumbled the ball, but he got the ball back. So, and while you were talking, we had an accidental cutaway to Tracy Wolfson. Whoops.
CBS is going to CBS.
Okay, we got a 3rd and 4 right here.
Oh, and Lex Lumpkin's going to be mad he didn't get that 5 seconds of airtime.
All right, so there's a long. Oh! That was a perfect pass to Thomas right there.
Michael Thomas. I see you.
Oh my gosh! Whoa. I should also add, because of my DVR and because Uverse is that way, I'm 10 seconds behind them.
Okay.
So if you get a delayed reaction, you know why.
All right.
But that was a nice catch from Michael Thomas.
Yeah. So, okay. Got the little stats, 15-24, 158 for Breeze right now. And we got a test to the tight end. And he's staying on. Oh, my goodness. This guy's got some balance right here. All right.
I think Jared Cook might have made it.
I think he might be a little short, but dang.
But look at the balance on this guy.
Oh, my God.
Well, that's why he's one of the best.
He'd be great. You know what? He'd be great on Dancing with the Stars with moves like that. Did I ever tell? All right, this is a story. Greg tells a story about his dad. Okay, you ready for this story?
They gave him the first, by the way.
They gave him the first. Okay, do you want to hear this story?
Let's hear the story.
Okay. There was one season on Dancing with the Stars where my dad wanted, Johnny Damon and Adam Rippon to be the last 2 contestants on one season of Dancing with the Stars. Now, mind you, he didn't want them to win Dancing with the Stars. He just wanted them to be the last 2 contestants on
Would
Dancing.
Would this be the Jesus, what was it? The athletes season?
It might have been.
There's the money zone, and there's the slime zone.
Oh, the money zone and the slime zone. And they put touchdown equals 6 points. Just in case you don't, just in case these kids don't know what.
Like I said, I wish that they had. Why didn't they think of this sooner?
Yeah.
Because I could have learned football from this instead of watching Super Bowl 25, not knowing what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Freaking Al Michaels, Dan Deerdorf, and Frank Gifford, they weren't telling you anything to the kids.
Yeah, they're too busy recapping the previous night's episode of Tag Team.
Oh, yeah. And previewing Davis Rules. Okay, 3rd and 4 here. And we got, let's see, what, Breeze throws it. Oh.
Just short.
Yeah, it must be. He got it to Emmanuel Sanders, but...
Yeah.
I think he got the first.
They're giving it to him.
They're going to give it to Emmanuel Sanders.
Wow, that's a very generous call.
It is a generous call.
I said some home cooking, but that's just me.
Yeah. Oh, and I've mentioned on a previous episode, my dad wants every score in football to be 1 point. Don't ask. My dad is... All right, so...
Yeah, that's a generous spot.
It is a generous spot. Oh, Latavius Murray is afraid of gators, apparently.
That's new.
Snakes? Snorks?
Latavius Murray's favorite ice cream is cookie dough.
Oh,
You know what? Cookie dough's great, but it's not salted caramel.
No. Oh, throw the ends out. Oh, incomplete.
Although people would be going absolutely nuts if it were complete.
Oh, yeah, they'd get slimed right there. Virtually slimed. This has been one of the best parts in this broadcast is the virtual sliming. Oh, the Double Dare reference. That's the stamp on your bingo card. You got on your bingo card, you got all the references to all the shows lined up on there, like all that. Keenan and Kel.
Cat Dog,
Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy, Fairly Odd Parents. Loudhouse, yeah.
Okay, I don't care. If my bingo card doesn't have Kids Court and Finders Keepers, I don't care.
Hey, Mike, I got a question. This delay of game penalty, fair or unfair?
Unfair.
I see what you did there.
Ugh. He's got 25 seconds to snap the football.
Hey, you know what that looks like?
What?
That looks like the Double Dare clock.
It does look like the Double Dare clock. All right, 3rd and 14.
The only thing missing is the chyron on the lower third of the clock.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
although it wouldn't have been a chyron like back in the day, it would be some sort of
something on Video Toaster.
Yeah. It's like I didn't know the word for it, but yeah.
Oh my God!
It's like how
Jared!
they do the Price is Right logo from 1972 to 2007 or 2004.
Oh yeah, Jared Cook. Wow. All right, here we go. I think we're gonna get the field goal. Here comes the best port.
Oh wait, no,
he's
going for it.
Oh, Hill's. Oh, I think.
Nope. I see what they were trying to do. They were trying to get somebody to jump.
Yeah,
and somebody jumped.
Yes. Well, as we've already learned on this broadcast, dynamic duos, Drew Brees and Taysom Hill, they were compared to SpongeBob and Patrick. And really, let's be honest, I think that's a good comparison right there.
That's a decent enough comparison. You have the face of the franchise and his idiot buddy.
Did you just call Taysom Hill an idiot? Now that's not nice.
But am I wrong?
I don't think he's an idiot. I mean,
no.
he got paid a lot this year, and next year I think he got a 2-year deal, and he's essentially a backup quarterback who sometimes.
He's going to be starting next year. Drew Brees is going to retire after all.
He's going to go to He's going to go to the NBC booth next year, probably with Mike Tirico next year. Who knows? Oh, young Sheldon's going to explain offsides.
What do you say?
Well, honestly, wouldn't you ever learn about physics? Okay, we got a 2nd and goal here. Drew just threw that screen pass. Oh! Here we go! There we go!
Yeah! That's what we came to see.
That's what we wanted. That's what the people wanted. Latavius Murray just got virtually slimed. Oh, this is so amazing. I gotta say, this is better than 95% of NFL broadcasts.
This is better than the CBS coverage, and the CBS team is producing this.
Yeah. Tony Romo doesn't know what he's missing at home quarantine calling this game. Okay, so we're gonna have an extra point attempt.
Looks like they're not going to take anything to chance. They're just going to kick this one through.
Yeah, they're up 10. They don't really they only really need to go for 2 right here.
They don't do the SpongeBob extra point though.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they just need the extra point.
Oh, there it is! Here he is!
There it is!
Yeah!
So as I was going to say, they only need the extra point because that would force Chicago to get 2 touchdowns.
Oh, look at that. Drew Brees has a hamburger on his head. Oh my God.
What the heck was that? The hamburger on the head. Oh my gosh.
This is Nick's trying to be all Snapchatty with the graphics.
They're trying to relate to the kids.
Yeah. The kids.
As the late great Jim Williams would say.
So okay, I'm trying to figure out. So the winner of this game would go on to face the Buccaneers, I believe, right?
The lower seed that is surviving after today plays the Packers,
which would be
and
the Rams.
And then the 2 middle seeds would play. So the winner today, the Saints are the 2 seed, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Saints would host the game next week with the 3rd highest seed that remains. So I would assume that would be the Rams. Well, no. Where were the Rams? Were the Rams the 5 seed?
I thought the Rams were the 6.
I can tell you right now, the Rams were. If CBS Sports will just cooperate with me.
Yeah, use Yahoo like a normal person.
How dare you call me a normal person? Yeah, okay, so the Rams were...
The Rams are the lowest remaining seed if the Bears don't win. So the Rams would go to the Packers, and the Saints would play...
No, the Bucs are 5, so the Bucs would host the Rams.
No.
Yes, because the Bucs are 5.
No. The Packers play the lowest remaining seed, which would be the Rams.
No, because if the Bears won. No, if the Bears won.
Oh, if the Bears won, yeah. No, you're right. If the Bears won, Bears and Packers next week, and then you'd have
the Bucs hosting the Rams.
The Bucs hosting the Rams, but if the Saints win, Packers Rams, and Saints host the Bucs.
Yeah.
Oh God, did that just happen right now? Okay. And we're back. In.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you know what? We could have waited until they splashed the thing up.
Yeah.
So Kansas City will face
Baltimore, Cleveland,
and Buffalo will face Baltimore or Pittsburgh, depending on who wins on NBC tonight. NBC will not have the Universal Kids graphics, I'm afraid.
Oh no.
Oh darn.
I know you wanted to see the king,
the Burger King?
No, the guy from Madagascar, King something or other.
Wouldn't it be more entertaining if the Burger King was a commentator? He'd be speechless on every play.
Yes.
Is there anybody actually worthwhile on Universal Kids? I haven't seen it in probably 2 or 3 years.
Like the last thing I remember watching on Universal Kids was American Ninja Warrior Jr.
There's an American Ninja Warrior Jr.?
There's an American Ninja Warrior Jr.
Okay, broken up past there by Marshawn Lattimore.
And before that, they had Beat the Clock, so.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna put Beat the Clock on the list. Like
The Universal Kids version?
No, any version, not the original.
We already have the Gary Kroger version on the list.
Okay, so yeah.
And we've already covered the Monty Hall version,
which Mike still needs
so
closure
I
on.
guess that would leave the Universal Kids version.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I need closure on it.
Yeah, one day Mike will finally have his closure, and we'll do a live show whenever that finally is released.
You'll do a live show on my reaction for closure.
I want to see I want to see his reaction.
Yeah, we want to know.
Yeah.
Did Monty Hall thank the casting, the crew on the show?
I'm not going to spoil it, but spoilers. Mike is very disappointed at the end.
That's
how they closed it.
Hey,
also don't forget.
I've been waiting.
Don't forget, Universal Kids also had the noise.
Okay.
Yes.
With Farouk, who went on to host trivia apps.
And call Battle Bots.
Ron Simmons hosted a trivia app?
No, Farouk Tawhid.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay, it's like, here's the timeline of Farouk Tawhid's career. MasterChef contestant.
Yes.
BattleBots caller. The Noise host.
In Joyride.
Telly.
Oh, I forgot Telly, yeah.
Then back to BattleBots.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he was on Telly, not Joyride. Okay.
So now you know the whole timeline of Farouk Tawhid's career.
Yeah, I was thinking of Joyride. Oh no, that's Kim Crossman.
Oh, I couldn't even begin to give you the timeline of Kim Crossman's career. She's doing too much.
She is doing too much, and God bless her.
God bless her. She needs to come back to America. She needs to come back on American telly.
Yeah.
No, not telly. American television, I should say.
Yeah, whenever this pandemic ends, we need more Kim Crossman in our lives.
Wait. Did you guys totally miss this?
What?
That Cordero Patterson dropped an F-bomb?
What?
I'm looking at it on Twitter right now, and actually, I see a comment
Did he
here.
drop the first F-bomb in Nickelodeon history, and we missed it?
That's pretty much what this says. Oh, it was at the end of the second quarter.
Oh, okay. Well, we missed that. But
I'm surprised I missed it because I had the volume on during that time.
Well, he's now officially the Charles Rocket of Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Cordell Patterson. You know you're on Nickelodeon. It's like, bitch, you're on Nickelodeon. Bitch, you on Nickelodeon, damn it. You can't say that shit. Oh, shit. What the fuck did I just tell you?
Hey. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. The astronaut season finale is this Friday. Buddy, I didn't even realize that the astronauts started.
Hey, it's no Space Cases.
We'll be talking about that soon.
Oh, one day we'll talk about Space Cases. Be talking about Walter Jones.
Walter Jones and Jewel State, and
Jewel State, yeah.
Like Walter Jones and Jewel State on the same TV show, and I am here for this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jewel State, baby, all day. And here we got that shot of downtown New Orleans
with the Nickelodeon blimp. With the Nickelodeon blimp.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we got 1st and 10 here for the Saints. Murray's going to get it for about 3 to 4 yards out of bounds. We got a 2nd and 6 here. Alvin Kamara, running back that's versatile and can do it all, according to Nate.
Wait, I gotta share this tweet. This is from Buzzer Blog. Fun fact, that's the first F-bomb on Nickelodeon since some child was traumatized by a temple guard in Legends of the Hidden.
Oh my God!
And you know that's gotta be true. Some kid peed his pants and dropped an F-bomb when the temple guard came out from nowhere. Oh my gosh!
I gotta read. That's worth a retweet.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I just
did it. Oh
my gosh!
And I still have to edit. I still gotta edit the Oh Madeline episode tonight. Oh, by the way, tomorrow, as we're recording this, we're releasing the Oh Madeline episode. That was real fun. The old Madeline episode.
It came out to be about almost an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, that's probably what. Well, it's not getting into all the final nip tucks that I'll have to do at the end. So, and I have to add one segment in there. So,
Drew Brees turns 42 years old on January 15th.
He old.
He's older than dirt.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you guys all knew that. It checks in at an hour, 21 minutes, and 26 seconds.
Okay.
It's not our longest episode, but it's probably in the top, say, 10.
Yeah.
10 or 15.
It's got to be one of our best episodes.
By the way, Drew Brees, exactly 1 year and 4 days older than me.
And you look much younger than him.
I do.
Well, Chico's not naturally bald.
Oh yeah. And
took him down.
And that's gonna be the end of the third quarter.
Where do you think you're going?
Yeah, what are you doing? Okay.
Yeah, so maybe Taysom Hill is the Patrick Starr of the Drew Brees and Taysom Hill combo.
You guys were giving me the business because of it.
I wasn't giving the business. I was like, that's great. So yeah, we've got a lot of content coming this week. We got the 2 episodes we've recorded, and we got a mini-sode.
And we have this live show.
So this is gonna be like, a big week for us.
Content heavy, because content is king in 2021.
Oh yeah, it is. Best day off ever, brand new SpongeBob on Martin Luther King Day. Or as Woody Johnson will call it, Monday.
Woody Johnson is a racist.
Yes.
Allegedly.
No, that's not allegedly. It's true. Oh, we got this commercial here for Dodge and Jeep vans here. Oh, you can pay $268 per month on a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
We got the CPI security commercial. I guess these are the local cable drop-ins.
Yeah.
Because I get Power Suede Chevrolet on Bragg Boulevard off Skybow Road in Fayetteville.
Yeah, eventually we're going to do a local commercials volume 2. That is actually, believe it or not, like our highest downloaded episode, the local commercials episode. That's like near 300 downloads.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so it's 14-3 Saints. We're going in the fourth quarter right now.
The Saints are marching all over the place or something.
Yeah. And as we have this.
Is that Jim Nance I hear?
No.
Hello,
no, that's Noah
friends.
Eagle. No, that's Noah Eagle. And I told this to Greg. Noah Eagle has a future in this business.
He does. He's a real up and comer. Oh yeah, this girl had a sign. I hope both teams just have fun.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, there's a few fans in the building. I'm guessing they're like.
Well, Louisiana doesn't have the stringent.
Yeah, but there's not many fans there though. Regardless.
Yeah.
It's not like Buffalo, which had 6,000 fans yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Buffalo, but Pittsburgh tonight is going to have 0 fans.
Yeah. I gotta say though, that quarterback on Washington, even though they didn't win, he played pretty good.
Heineke had a good game, yeah.
Oh yeah, he played his way for a backup spot next year on Washington. Not bad for someone on the St. Louis Battlehawks as a backup last year.
Spring ball.
Yeah. Well, hopefully next year in 2022, we will have the XFL back. Thank you, Dwayne.
We love The Rock.
Oh, we do love The Rock, but not as much as we love wings.
I love wings.
Do you think Dwayne The Rock Johnson loves wings?
Probably.
I guarantee you he's a big fan of Tim Daly.
I was thinking he was more of a fan of Tony Shalhoub.
Well, it did make Tony Shalhoub's career.
Oh, of course it made Tony Shalhoub.
All right, we got a big third down play coming up right here. 3rd and 7. So we got 9 and 14 for third downs here for the Saints. And we got a penalty flag.
Oh! Fun fact, Noah Eagle, Iron Eagle's kid.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, yes. Yeah.
So that's how he got the job.
That's how he got the job, because his dad's one of the CBS announcers.
But he's not bad.
He's not bad. I mean, Ian's a great announcer. I mean, he's the, of course, Iron Eagle here in New York. He's also the play-by-play guy for the Brooklyn Nets on Yes, so.
And Noah Eagle, he's gonna make it.
He's gonna be someone to watch in this business. Let me tell you, you're gonna look back on this when Noah Eagle's calling a Super Bowl one day and be like, well, he started from somewhere.
They all start somewhere. I'm genuinely curious as to what the numbers are going to be on this episode.
Oh, I am. I'm very curious as to the download episodes. Gotten a lot of good. We mentioned in one of the episodes this week. I mean, the download numbers for this past week have been tremendous. Like around close to 80 downloads.
Yeah, the Ropers, I believe, got close. Yeah, it just inched up past 80. I'm actually curious as to how this game is gonna, what the ratings on this game are gonna be.
Oh, definitely. In the final Nielsen numbers.
Yeah.
So we got 12:28 left in the fourth quarter right now. Oh, I got something. What is it? What did I get here? Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, I see the Cordell Patterson dropping an F-bomb on Nick.
And like our friends at Buzzer would say, it would be the first time that somebody uttered the F word on Nickelodeon since a temple guard put the fear of God into a blue barracuda.
You barely got through that.
I couldn't. Oh, jeez. I am an adult.
All right, so we got a 1st and goal here for the Saints. And he hands that off to Kimura. He gets like 2 or 3 yards or so. Oh, we got MVP voting. I guess.
Oh, yeah, let's give it to the guy who was kicked out of the football game, huh?
Did he get kicked out of the football game?
Somebody got kicked out of the football game.
No, I thought he just got a warning.
Yeah, he just got a warning.
Somebody was disqualified.
Yeah. And now we got the trophy right here.
Which, by the way, is a giant pyramid. Next, and on top of it is a pool of slime, and on top of that is the Nickelodeon blimp.
Yeah. I would love to have that. Can you imagine if you won that? Oh! Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack says no!
No, but we got a flag here. I'm going to guess it's holding. As the ref takes his mask off.
Holding defense.
Oh, it's holding on defense.
Because, of course it is.
Yeah.
Home cooking.
A young Sheldon doesn't even like holding hands. Well, during this pandemic, Sheldon, nobody likes holding hands.
He sounds like Howie Mandel.
That's the first time anyone's compared young Sheldon to Howie Mandel.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
All right, first.
Come on, I want to see more slime.
We want more virtual slime here. Oh, Taysom.
No.
Oh, we almost got Taysom Hill getting virtually slimed.
No, that was. Oh, my bad. I thought that was Drew Brees. No, that was.
That would have been impressive if Drew Brees' old ass was able to score.
Drew Brees' old ass.
That would have been amazing.
By the way, Lex Lumpkin in his CBS Sports mask, he's like, no. What is he doing?
He's got to get the corporate synergy in there.
No, I know. No, I'm literally saying Lex Lumpkin was like, no.
Oh, did he? Oh, we got a flag. I would have been like, oh, that would have been...
Like, I wasn't disapproving of the mask or what Lex Lumpkin was doing. I was literally describing what Lex Lumpkin was doing.
He's jumping up and down. Okay, we got to pass
half
it.
Distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Automatic first down.
That's a complicated rule. I like it.
I'd like to see like all the things they recorded for this, for all the penalties.
Yeah, I'd like to see how obscure the penalties get.
Yeah. Okay, Camaro, nowhere to run. 2nd and goal right here. Oh, the players are getting close to the slime zone. See, they don't call it the end zone. It's the slime zone. And now they explain again to the kid audience, a touchdown equals 6 points, and a field goal equals 3.
But let's be honest. You have to explain that to them because they haven't scored much this game.
Yeah.
If they scored a little bit more, you wouldn't have to explain it as much.
Yeah. Okay, after the game, we got the State Farm post-game show.
That's over on CBS.
Yeah, you'll see James Brown and Boomer and everybody over there.
That's over on CBS.
And Chico's holding his eyelids as he's saying it.
Oh, jeez.
How did you know? They're gonna have to. It's like Nate Burleson just mentioned that they're gonna have to do the post-game show without him because he's here calling the game.
Oh, that's right, because he's on the CBS crew.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Kimura. He's Slime!
Slime him! Twitter's taking he's got it.
And now, look at everyone going nuts at the Krusty Krab. Oh my goodness. $15 plays, 64 yards, 8 minutes that drive went.
I think you got to call Kamara the guy who's going to win the trophy tonight.
Oh, he's definitely going to win the trophy.
Hey, if Mitch Trubisky wins the trophy, I'm going to say that the voting's rigged.
Oh, it definitely is. And you're saying that as a North Carolina guy. Even you admit. Oh, yeah.
Hey. Yeah. I am a broadcaster first and a fan second.
Yeah. You're a broadcast journalist like Bobby the Brain Eater.
They just slide the football.
They just slide the football.
Now that's a perfectly good football.
Yeah, it is.
I was just saying, if they ever reboot Guts, watch out. Noah Eagle might be getting a phone call.
Oh, they definitely should. They should definitely reboot Guts with Noah Eagle after this game. Oh man, but they'd have to get someone on par with Mo.
Jeez. Kim Crossman? No, she's probably older than Noah Eagle is.
Yeah.
But she'd totally be on par with Mo.
Oh, she definitely would. Okay, this is great. The Sunday Night Football account has create a winning team using Office TV characters before the Browns-Steelers game tonight on Peacock. So it's a build your playoff team for $15. So you know how this works, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for $5, here are the players from The Office for $5. Jim, Ryan, Michael, Dwight, and Daryl. For $3, Creed, Jan, Stanley, Pam, Meredith. And for $1, Toby, Kelly, Oscar, Phyllis, and Angela. Let me tell you.
Toby's scared. Oh, I'm thinking of Creed Bratton. My bad.
Creed's $3, but I'm going to tell you, nobody wants Toby.
Nobody wants Toby.
No.
Toby doesn't even want Toby.
Toby doesn't even want Toby. Okay, it's definitely all right. I'm gonna say right here, Jim and Michael. That's $5. That's $10. Probably get Stanley. So that's $13 because he'd be like a big blocker. And then maybe Kelly and Oscar for the final $2.
Oh yeah.
Okay, plus Stanley could mug to the camera. You know that.
Stanley would do a great mug to the camera. I gotta say this. Peacock, they've been using The Office to the fullest since they got it. Oh, and by the way, here's the Minecraft graphics. This is incredible. They have Minecraft instant replays.
And hey, and check out these fans. You can tell they're all into it, except for the one that's always on their phone. What does he think this is? The Loud House?
Yeah. Okay, so we got a second down here for the Bears. Let's hope someone gets slimed from the Bears before this game ends.
Yeah. You know we want to see some slime on the George Hallis initials.
Oh yeah, now virtual slime on the George Hallis initials. That's what we want, baby.
Mitch Trubisky, you dingleberry.
Yeah, at this point, like, Daniel Jones is like a better pro than you.
It's like, Daniel Jones is a better pro than you, and he went to Duke!
Hey, don't knock Duke football, Chico. They want a pinstripe ball.
Plus, also, don't forget former Giants quarterback Dave Brown went to Duke.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Sonny Jurgensen.
No. I was trying to keep it relevant to your team.
Okay, 7:45 here, as they're going to punt. What do you mean, my team? The Giants aren't my team.
The Jets are his.
You disowned the Jets,
like the Jets are his.
Yeah, I did, but I don't root for the Giants. I hate the Giants.
In short, Greg is confused.
No, in short, I'm a man without a country.
Oh, jeez. Or rather, a man without a team.
Yeah.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
I would jump to the Eagles, but they're not doing too good right now. And I as we're recording this, there is the possibility, as we're recording this on January 10th, there is the possibility that Doug Peterson might be on the outs in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Which means that there is I'm just saying there is a possibility that Joe Douglas is the general manager of the Jets, and Joe Douglas worked in Philadelphia. I'm just saying there's a possibility.
You're really hoping, aren't you?
Oh, I am.
I mean, you're just like, please.
Hey, Doug Peterson would be like a million times improvement over Adam Gase, which is not saying much, but at least Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl.
This is true.
And of course, who did he win a Super Bowl with?
Oh, Nick Foles.
Who we mentioned earlier, but we're not going to say his nickname.
Yeah, we're not going to say his
No,
nickname.
we're going to know. It's Big Nick Energy.
Yeah. We got a promo for the Tom and Jerry movie. I don't know what to think about this.
It's better than the original Tom and Jerry movie.
Yeah. I mean, they got Chloe Grace Moretz and Dr. Ken in this. And by the way, we were talking earlier on Discord, Chico. We were talking about how great the Masked Singer has been.
Yeah. And we were like...
Masked Singer or Masked Dancer?
Oh, Masked Dancer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Masked Dancer. That sucks.
Oh, I thought we were talking about I thought we liked the Masked Dancer.
It's like Nickelodeon giving new meaning to the term Big Nick Energy.
Big Nick Energy.
Jeez.
Oh. Okay, so the Saints have the ball back right here. And it's 7. I'm curious, would this game be like would the Nickelodeon version of this broadcast be available on the NFL Game Rewind?
The NFL, I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, it's like, I want to see this game, but I want to see the Nickelodeon version.
Yeah.
And why are they, you know what, because it's the NFL and they have to. I was like,
yeah, they have
why
to
are they plugging Disney XD on this? Oh, because it's the NFL and they have to.
They have to work in their TV partners.
All of the TV partners.
Yeah. Which, there's not another sports league that has like more than one network as a partner.
I don't.
Because MLB is Fox.
The NBA. The NBA has
ESPN.
ESPN
Well,
and
cable, but I'm talking broadcast. Talking broadcast, like the Big Four.
Oh.
Yeah. Because MLB's Fox, NHL's NBC, NBA's ABC, obviously. Although, really, they don't really make a big deal of that. They make more of a big deal about the ESPN part of the NBA more than ABC.
Well, that's because ESPN and ABC are...
I get that, but it's like, if you're an ABC affiliate, like, what value does having the NBA have?
True.
Oh, wait, did they just play the Undertaker gong over the Silverdome PA?
Yes.
They did!
Yes, they did.
They did play the
Hakeem Hicks' favorite ice cream? Chocolate.
Chocolate. You know what I have to say about
He likes to keep it simple.
You know what I have to say about the Saints playing the Undertaker gong, Chico?
What's that?
To quote Paul Bear, "Oh, yes!" Oh, they're all going nuts.
Like, they're all going nuts. It's blood and guts out there.
Oh, yeah, blood and guts on Nickelodeon, baby.
Do you? Hashtag do you have it?
Guts! Oh, 9:07 to go in the game. I think we can say
5:07.
5:07, I'm sorry. As...
Oh,
come on!
Oh, check this out! Oh, Camara!
Oh, he's close to the red zone.
Or as they call it, the money zone.
The money zone. And anytime that someone gets to the money zone, they should just play Shane McMahon's "Here Comes the Money" theme.
By the way, his running was... by the way, according to the graphics guy,
yeah,
that run was lit.
That run was lit. Oh my God, Alvin Kamara's sparkly teeth. That is amazing. Okay, we got pitch out to Kamara right here.
And he's in the end. He's in the red zone.
He's in the money zone, Chico.
He's in the money zone.
He's in the money zone. Here comes the money. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
It's like...
Oh, Nate just worked in the Legends of the Hidden Temple reference. That's another stamp.
That's another stamp. Ding! And of course, Alvin Kamara in the money zone.
Ka-ching. Ka-ching. Where's Seth Green to do the ka-ching?
Ka-ching! Ka-ching!
I gotta give, hey guys, I gotta give credit to Chris Lambert on Twitter. He posted, "Look who Nickelodeon brought back to explain NFL betting to the kids." and wait. And it's plus and minus from, I think it was Pinwheel.
Oh.
Well, I know it's plus and minus. I just forgot what show. I think it was Pinwheel they were on.
Yeah, it was Pinwheel.
And I'm dead. That is great.
All right, that's posted.
Pinwheel spinning around. Look at my pinwheel and see what I found.
Plus and minus. Oh my gosh. I shouldn't laugh so much. So hard at that.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, laughing is good for the old ticker, Mike.
I know.
We all know that laughing is good for the old ticker.
Dolby Vision, iPhone 12 Pro, AT&T, Apple.
I need to upgrade my phone. I really do.
I've had an iPhone 8 Plus for like 3 years now, and I'm like, nope, I'm fine. I'm fine.
He's fine. It looks. Hey, Greg, it looks good.
Looks good.
Looks good.
Oh, it looks good.
It looks really good.
Oh my God! One day we'll have to do the Captain America Red Brown TV movies.
Yep.
Well, we said whenever Thor: Love and Thunder comes out, we got to do the Incredible Hulk TV movie with Thor.
I remember that.
Yeah. And Thor was more like a surfer dude. And we got some more Nick graphics right here. And we got these ladies with these...
Yeah, look at these ladies. Look at them. They're just having the time of their life out there. Oh, I love that sign. Bring on Brady. We want Brady.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
They've shown these women a couple of times.
Well, there's only like 500 people in the game because of COVID. So naturally, they're going to show the same people like more than once on this broadcast. Okay, we got flags on the field right here.
Ooh, third down conversions. 0 for 9 for Chicago thus far. That's not good.
No.
No, it's not. No, it is not.
It's not been a great day for Matt Nagy.
Nope.
Yeah, and they just got... Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's New Orleans that just got a neutral zone infraction.
No, Chicago got the neutral zone infraction, so New Orleans got...
their graphics are kind of screwy then. Why did you lift up neutral zone infraction over the Chicago Bears name, but then the player's name was over the New Orleans side? That's stupid.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it would make sense if they raised it over the... And the thing is, I know that Chicago is playing defense because they're going to give up another touchdown like right now. Well, maybe not this
Come on, slime cannon.
Yeah,
Come on, you're in the money zone.
The money zone, baby.
Ding, ding.
Come on, Kamara. You're in the money zone.
Come
you
on.
got 6 touchdowns.
Let's cash in the money in the bank, Kamara.
Yeah.
Let's cash in the money.
Second and goal right here. Oh. Kamara, he's going to call a timeout right here.
Well, it looks like the female calling the game. Looks like she has a vat of slime.
Yeah, we talked about that, Mike.
Yep. That's going to be the MVP, I think.
Yeah. Oh, it says right here, Sean Payton willing to get slimed if the Saints win. We want to see Sean Payton.
I want to see Sean Payton get slimed.
Oh, I bet you the Ninja Turtles, Arnold, SpongeBob, they want to see some slime. They want to see Sean Payton get slimed. All right, we got the shots of all the 500 fans in the stands. This lady's got a big Saints parade hat on. We got some Good Burger references. It's all good. Shout out to Kel Mitchell.
It's all money. It's all good, Burger.
Yeah.
Oh, come on! Oh,
just short.
Just a bit outside.
Have I ever mentioned, Chico, how great of a movie Good Burger is?
Oh, Good Burger was an awesome movie.
Good Burger was awesome because it had Abe Vigoda in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it seems like Viceland TV shows it like every week.
I didn't know Viceland shows Good Burger.
I just saw it since the beginning of the year. Yeah.
Oh wow, nice. By the way, looking forward to the next season of Dark Side of the Ring coming up. And by the way, hold on, Mara. No, he's going to be short here. Oh, he's pushing, but he's not going to make it.
No slime. Instead, we get the SpongeBob.
Yeah, we're going to get the SpongeBob as we're going to get to the 2-minute warning. Oh, and I should mention, because I mentioned Dark Side of the Ring, Viceland is also going to be doing a spin-off of Dark Side of the Ring called The Dark Side of Football, which should be interesting to see because I'm curious as to what subjects they'll cover in that series.
And you better believe we're going to be watching that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fans.
It's like I know we're going to be watching it. I'm wondering how long before NFL Legal says nope, you can't do that, and Viceland says, watch me.
Well, Viceland's not affiliated with the NFL, so.
But you can't talk about that. Watch me.
It's Viceland. They can get away with anything. Oh, they're going to go for it. They're going to go
they're going for it!
Who cares? They're up 18.
Dude.
Oh, I did.
Did he break the plane? He broke the plane!
He did!
Taysom Hill with the slime!
Wait, no, I don't think it was Breeze!
Breeze got slimed!
Drew Brees got... We made history! A 40-year-old man got virtually slimed! And I'm guessing those are his kids in the stands, and they couldn't care less that he got virtually slimed.
They couldn't be happier, I'll tell you that much. Yep, quarterback sneak. Wait, it didn't cross the plane!
It didn't cross the plane!
We have a premature sliming!
This explains why his kids weren't thrilled. Like,
now we're looking for the red flag.
Well, this would be automatically reviewed.
No, we're not in the final 2 minutes yet.
Oh.
2:19 left.
I thought all scoring plays were automatically reviewed.
Scoring plays, but yeah. You can't do any coaches' challenges. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, that's what I said. Scoring play would have to be automatically reviewed.
Right.
All right, so it is going to be under review. So, not that it matters.
The previous play is under review. Not that it matters or nothing.
Yeah, because the Saints are still up like 8. It doesn't really matter.
Nope.
This game's basically over. That was a good acting job there by Breeze.
Went to the Duke School of Flopping on that one.
Jeez.
Yes.
Duke School of Flopping.
High drama.
Oh, this kid, he's like, the suspense is terrible. I hope it'll last.
And what is this lady? This lady is just shaking her head. I know what that means. And she's just shaking her head like, I can't believe what's happening. Can you believe what's happening? I can't believe what's happening.
Yeah, they cut a shot to like 2 lonely Bears fans in the crowd, like, ugh.
And there's the shot of Gabby, and she's got the slime at the ready. She's ready.
She's ready to slime somebody. It's what we all came here to see.
Hey, give Gabby credit. She knows what the people want.
She knows what the people want. Everyone wants a sliming.
We want a sliming. We didn't come to see people clean.
No.
We want to see some slime.
Nate is mixing the slime.
Well, hey, you gotta mix that. Mix that slime, man.
But put some gloves on.
Let him know you mean business.
Put some rubber gloves on, Nate.
By the way, the broadcast team is socially distant. We have the perspex shields on both sides, and everybody's 6 feet away from each other.
Yes.
See, Nickelodeon being responsible.
Nickelodeon being very responsible, following what Dr. Fauci says.
We love Dr. Fauci.
Yes. But we love Dr. Fauci, but we don't love him as much as we love wings.
I love wings!
Why? Why? We're
Taking
talking
it
about
back.
Dr. Fauci and you have to refer to wings. Oh my gosh.
I'm
The
sure.
The ball was short.
Yes.
So the Bears will get the ball on the 1.
I got a question. Do you think Dr. Fauci ever watched the episode of Wings where Lowell's model plant got destroyed?
Oh, I don't know.
We need to know. Was he watching NBC in 1991 when Roy accidentally opened the door and he destroyed Lowell's model blimp? And then he cried. Okay, oh, no, that's terrible. That's a bad throw. 2nd and 10.
Bad.
No. Well, to quote Gorilla Monsoon, the Bears are going to be going home with the loser's portion of the purse. And so Nate's explaining how a safety works right here. 2 points.
Yeah, but no special graphic.
No special graphic for the safety.
Sad.
Okay.
Well, we don't have to worry about that because we're not getting a safety.
No.
As we approach the 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
Time's running short, so I'll give the wheel a final spin.
Speaking of Wheel of Fortune, we just had Celebrity Wheel of Fortune come out this week.
It was a good show.
It was a good show. Leslie Jones was the highlight as always.
Now, Sandra Wilson had a good one too.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, a frog in my pocket.
Yeah.
Pocket frog. Pocket frog. Pocket frog.
I wonder
frog in my pocket. Pocket frog.
I think that was a Nickelodeon character back in the day. The Pocket Frog.
And I wonder if Tony Hawk talked to Pat during the show about how many times he's asked, as he talks about on Twitter, are you related to Tony Hawk? That's like one of my favorite running bits is how Tony Hawk goes out in public and people ask if he's related to Tony Hawk. We got. I love the fact we're seeing commercials on Nickelodeon we don't normally see, like for this Lincoln car.
What's a kid want with a Lincoln car?
I don't know.
What's a kid? It's like, what's a kid?
A Lincoln car commercial followed by an ad for Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Hey, it's possible Mommy or Daddy just got their stimulus check.
Yeah.
Daddy got his stimulus check and he spent it on 2 Switch games. Mm-hmm.
I just got mine yesterday morning.
It's more than Wild Card Weekend. It's Super
Wild Card Weekend. It's Wild Card Weekend. It's Super Wild Card Weekend.
You see, I liked in previous years when you had Wild Card Weekend Plus.
It's more than Wild Card Weekend. It's Wild Card Weekend Plus.
And you had that funky 70s theme music. Oh, never mind.
With our guest stars, Noah Eagle and Ian Armitage.
And for some reason, Judy Norton-Taylor.
For some reason, Judy Norton-Taylor. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, he's like, get out of my way, mother. Oh, can't say that.
No, Cordero Patterson already did that.
Oh, let's go to Mo. Let's go to Mo.
Mo.
Got my whistle. Where's my stripy shirt? I love it.
I gotta send you something for the pick for the download.
It's like, yeah, please do.
Yeah, I gotta send that.
Let's go to Mo with her thoughts. Mo!
On your mark, get set.
I love it! Where's my stripy shirt? By the way, Mo actually does voices for Castlevania.
Oh, I did not know that.
On Netflix.
Okay, that's the show image. This is going to be the show image. I'm going to be sending you right here. Oh, I see the tweet. Oh, nice.
Oh, wear a glove, Nate Burleson.
That is the show image.
That's the show image. I'm opening up Paint Shop now. Robinson with absolutely nowhere to go on that.
Yeah. You think anyone will ask Matt Nagy, you know what? We were very disappointed no one on the Bears got virtually slimed. Someone's got to ask that at the press conference.
Well,
asking all the difficult questions.
Yeah.
I hope there's a kid reporter there that actually does that. Excuse me, Mr. Nagy, are you upset that nobody on your team got slimed today?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch over to my old laptop here.
Oh, someone's clearly trolling because
the MVP. What? It's rigged! It's rigged!
Someone was clearly trolling the vote.
Someone trolling the vote is rigged! Money!
It must have been Trubisky's agent to make sure he has a job next year.
I just want to have a job next year.
Oh my God! Wow, it was a terrible throw, and somehow Carter caught it.
Please tell me Trubisky is going to get slimed for winning that trophy.
Oh, please, we want to see.
This must be a thing,
Mitchell
NFL.
Trubisky is
This
about
will be
to
the
get
highlight.
slaughtered.
Mitchell Trubisky, you just lost the playoff game by 18 points.
But look at the bright side. You gonna get slimed!
That's like That's like something in like Arrested Development or something.
Yeah, Mitch Trubisky thinks he's getting punked. Why are you sliming me?
You gonna get slimed!
Hey, everybody voted you the MVP. What?
I think you.
Up! Slimeable! We're sliming! Jimmy Graham's gonna get slimed!
Jimmy Graham just went for the tunnel. He's
and you know what? The game's over.
The game's over. He's like, I'm not getting virtually slimed.
I do like the catch, though. He just grabbed that on midair, and one of the other receivers fell down. Looked like he was going to catch it.
He fell. He fell.
He's just going.
Jimmy Graham's going to call his agent. Okay, I want out of Chicago. Can you get me into Pittsburgh next year, or maybe with the Saints or somebody?
Yeah, get me back with the Saints. I don't want to be here anymore. Yeah, he definitely. Well, you know what? Trubisky definitely made up for that. He definitely earned the MVP award for that. For that throw. What was the line on this game, by the way?
It wasn't 12, I don't think.
Let me check the Score mobile app.
The
odds. Oh, the odds were Saints 10.5. Oh darn.
Oh, they didn't cover.
Oh dear.
That's probably why they didn't kick the extra point.
Or I'm sorry, they did cover. I'm sorry, I don't know my betting. That's why I do. That's why I get for using plus and minus as my betting teachers.
Oh, so we got a socially distant interview right here.
Yes, we do. Cameron Jordan with Cameron Jordan.
This is Cameron Jordan. Hi, Lex Lumpkin. Got a question for you, Cam. Can you explain why Jimmy Graham just ran into the tunnel and refused to get slimed?
We were denied a Jimmy Graham sliming. And Cam Jordan with this plastic mask, it's like Kenny. The way the words are coming out of his mouth. Kenny from South Park, like.
I have no idea I have no idea. Hey, Lex Lumpkin, Nickelodeon, I have no idea what you're saying.
Oh, wait, has Cam Jordan? Oh, are we gonna see a sliming?
It's gotta be Sean Payton. It's gotta be Sean Payton.
We got it. We gotta have it. We gotta have the slime ready.
Oh no!
Oh, he's got it.
Oh no!
We gotta
Where's the coach? Where's the coach? My man, my brother, my dude.
There's the slime from earlier.
Yeah, I don't know where Sean might have just went back to the...
He might have pulled a Jimmy Graham and ran into the tunnel.
He might have tried to case Jimmy Graham and be like, hey, Jimmy, do you want to come back here next year? Oh, that was just...
Wait, the slime is still there.
Yeah, we still have unused slime.
And
Gabrielle Nevada Green has some with her.
That's not funny.
This can't be prop slime. You've got to use the slime.
You've got to use the slime, or else it's a waste.
And if you don't use the slime, not even overnight it, ship it straight to Pittsburgh. Yeah, go on the Concorde so it's there for the end of the game at midnight.
Yeah.
And slime the hell out of Baker Mayfield when he wins.
Or slime Mike Tomlin or Roethlisberger or somebody.
Or Baker Mayfield when he wins.
Whatever.
or Nick Chubb when he wins?
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Nate!
Oh
Nate,
no!
what are you gonna do?
Nate, what you doing? What are you doing?
No!
What?
No!
No! Not that
no,
precious CBS equipment!
No! Oh, thank God! Oh.
Somebody might want to tell Nate Burleson that he's like hooked up to a wire. It's very taut.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's gonna break the equipment.
He'll
Forget the slime.
Okay, now this is what I wanted to see. Here
we go. Here we go.
I want to see how they're going to sign off.
How are they going to sign off here? Oh, we didn't even get his
come on!
They just had to go straight to young Sheldon, like, nope! And
it's like they said, bing! They didn't even bother with the voiceover. Nickelodeon thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League. Now stay tuned for young Sheldon.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. I'm looking at the details of this episode. Sheldon is unsure of how to react to his newfound popularity after he assists the football team with the help of applied statistics. Okay, I like seeing the words applied and statistics in a recap of a TV show or a capsule. Yeah, oddly enough, it's a football-themed episode.
I'm shocked. This is my
line.
Shock. Line?
Yeah, shock face, yeah.
Fuck Chase. Damn it!
So, final thoughts on this broadcast.
This is better than the CBS broadcast, and the CBS crew actually produced it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the thing is, when this was originally announced, like when I saw the announcement, I immediately said, pre-calling this is going to be an entry one day, and really, it was well done. It was.
It was really good.
My brother just texted me. The Nickelodeon NFL coverage was great. Right?
Oh, the NFL coverage was superb, yeah.
Right, man? Yeah, it was great.
It was. Hey, but you know what? We can't end this without seeing what Greg's dad thinks about this. What does Greg's dad think about the coverage?
Hold on. I don't.
If they used my rules, it would have been Saints 4, Bears 2.
No, it would have been Saints 4, Bears 1.
No. You said any score is 1 point.
So you're right. Any score is 1 point. Oh yeah, I forgot Jimmy Gray had that late meaningless touchdown.
He ran into the tunnel because he didn't want to get slimed. Hey, at least 4-2 would have been a scoregami.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been. Oh, what a
safety dance.
Safety dance. Oh, what an amazing thing. And hey, it was indeed a thing on TV.
And what a thing on TV.
All right,
I hope they do this again next year.
Yeah.
They definitely have to do this again next year.
I want to see what the ratings are. They're going to be incredible.
Well, if the socials are any indication, people are watching this.
Oh, definitely. And next year, they got to get Mike O'Malley on the broadcast. They got to get, I don't know, probably find some way to work Mark Summers in. You got to keep maybe Kel Mitchell.
No, they got to get Mo in the referee uniform.
Oh, yeah, they definitely do.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to do it. We got 2 episodes this week. We got one coming up midnight and on Monday in a bit. So, 4 hours from now as we're recording. So that's
and don't forget the mini-sode.
Don't
forget
the
mini-sode.
Oh, you're gonna love.
You're all gonna love the mini-sode.
Oh, you're definitely gonna love the mini-sode. It's 10 minutes of greatness. I finished editing it. Oh, it's terrific. But yep, that's gonna do it, and we'll see you later on tomorrow.
Slime time.
Yeah. Nickelodeon.